Are you ready? Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom! Boom! We should be live on the YouTube universe in the interwebs. We are here and it is MoonDay, July 18th of 2022. It is a happy day. It is MoonDay. How about that? Thank you for coming in, everybody. This is Jose JG. And I want to say hello to Fred Bailey, Martin Brainary, Robert Gillis, Ben Delight, Jomungus. Hey Lemon, Brainary. I click on the watch page when the intro was on, and the little video that I got on in the intro, you go in, Hey Lemon. That's funny. Shout out to everybody, man. Thank you for coming in. If you're watching this live or recorded, please boom like on this video. It's easy, it's free to do it. So please support by doing so. Also, share the show around on the Discord servers and all the good stuff. Give me money. That is one of the most important things to do. Give me money. You can do it via PayPal or Super Chat. Shout out to the Squeaky Earth. Squeaky Earth is saying hello, hello, hello. And Baby Frog is saying, love it, love it. Thank you very much. Oh, what did I do? I messed everything up, man. There you go. Yeah, man, we are on and it is a happy day. We got Bob 3723 in the Discord. If anybody would like to join, you can come over to the Daily Boom Discord server. Daily Boom Discord server, and that is where the festivities will be taking place. Bob, what's up, man? You been watching the show on YouTube? You're new here on Discord, definitely. Because you just joined today. Want to unmute and say hello? You are presented. You will be heard in the YouTube universe. Well, I guess not. Well, top of the show, what we're going to do, because I told Kyle Wilson, just showed up on the YouTube land, that I will play his video the next time that I come in live. And this is pretty much the next time that I come in live, even though I came in live last night for an hour or two, but it is what it is. Hey, you guys, like, a lot of you didn't see. Look at that. All cleaned up, almost shaved. I look now more like the emoji that I used today in the thing, you know. Little bit of a shade, 5 o'clock shade, a little bit of the tippity tip over here. Like rocking on the NASA shirt. That's how we do it in Florida, USA. Kyle, let me open your channel and see what we got, so we can share so you can share your goodies to the audience. Kyle uploaded a video a few days ago and the video is titled, and I'm just selecting what I'm saying, just taking my time because just because to waste time. Okay, I got it right here on cue. Kyle Wilson, hope you don't mind. We're gonna play this video for the audience, and the video is titled Glober for a Day Challenge. And I will play this in 1.25 speed. So instead of a 9 minutes and 28 seconds, we can finish it up in around 7.5 minutes. So patience, everybody. If you guys want to join the Discord server Daily Boom, feel free to do so. If you join in the Daily Boom, I will be screen sharing. So when you join, click on my screen share and we can finish watching this together. I'm gonna mute my camera and I'm gonna share the screen. This is Kyle Wilson, Glover for a Day Challenge. Here we go.
There, my name is Kyle, 12 Gophers in a Human Suit Wilson, and today I'm going to be entering the challenge ring. That's right, I'm going to be putting my money on the. Wait, money? Okay, what the hell? Whose idea was this? See you in a moment. Alright, so I just had a word about script writing, and we decided we're not doing money. I'm actually still deciding what exactly the price is going to be. I'm thinking maybe a custom doodle of some kind that you can chat to put up on something on your videos, if that's the way you want to do with it. If that is the way to go, then I'm sorry in advance. I'm not exactly artistic. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the old claim that flat earthers know the globe model better than the globe side does. Now, I'm getting kind of tired of that, so rather than sitting here, and I'm going to ask you to prove it. So here's how it's going to work. Participants will make a video submission, or scheduling allows a live debate format. The submission will make 3 arguments in support of the globe. You'll have a gentleman's agreement from me, and I'll also say to any viewers not to take anything said out of context, except maybe in certain satirical situations. That means comedy.
Comments I'm not going to accept just because of how easy it tends to be to copy and paste certain things. I don't want someone getting credit for something they didn't earn. I still want you to earn the thing. So yeah, I'm not gonna let that slide. In some cases, I might respond with something I'd expect a flat earther to say. The reason for this is usually going to be if one of the points is not specific enough. If it's, for example, if it's vague or just doesn't really get there, but it's close. And this is just kind of get more detail out of that point to get you right to that final point where I could say that is a valid argument. I'm not saying this as something I want to trip you up on. I want you guys to succeed. I want to see people succeed at this. But I'm not gonna let something slide if I don't think it serves it. So I'm gonna use this as a means to help you to further your point to get where you're needing to go. Okay, so once you receive a submission, it'll be graded. You'll get 10 points to start off with, and various things will lead to losing points. I'm gonna put all the points on screen now, and I'll leave them up for a second here, just so you can have a chance to go through them. If you need to take a second to pause the video, you go ahead and do that. Make sure that you know exactly. Make sure you understand. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'll see if I can clarify. Now, you may notice that some of these are on a scale. There's a range of points that could be taken off for certain things, and this is just going to have to be a judgment call. how significant is the thing that I'm gonna catch you on, basically. For example, ad hominem, if it's this one basically is how much am I likely to be offended by it. If I feel like there's like legitimate intent to an ad hominem, then that's gonna probably rate higher. If ad hominem makes up the most of the majority of your point, actually that would probably qualify as a weak argument, actually. But so there's going to be other minor factors that when I'm responding, I'll go into detail why I've given the score that I have. And then, of course, you see there's a blatant strawman and an admissible strawman. The difference there is, do I think that, like, would I expect a globe earther in general to actually know that they're making a strawman argument? For example, let's say someone makes some kind of mistake about, I don't know, photography or something. About, like, let's say how a camera works. Most people don't know the inner workings, so that would be more of an admissible strawman. If I can catch you on something that I expect to be common knowledge among most debunkers, I'm gonna call that blatant. And this list may change as we go on. I might still take some time to figure this out. I'll try to keep a more up-to-date version of the list somewhere, and maybe if I'm making a response to a submission, then I will put the up-to-date version if there are any changes. That might be something to look at if you have a second to check out maybe the most recent response that I do to some submission, then that is probably going to have the most up-to-date information. Now, don't think I've forgotten about you. Globe Earthers, debunkers, whatever you want to call yourself. I prefer debunker because I think Globe Earther is an unnecessary qualification, but you know what? You do you. Ideally, I would love to do the same thing the other way around. Problem with that is that I don't think it would really be fair for us debunkers to just go back and forth saying, hey, yeah, you'd make a good flat earther. Yeah, I totally think you were a flat earther. Yeah, it's kind of patting ourselves on the back. I don't really think that would really do much. So, to that effect, if there are any flat earthers out there who want to volunteer as someone that I could send submissions from our side, if you want to check them out, see how they do, then that would be very much appreciated. And while it's not really a requirement, I would lend a lot to credibility if the flat earther volunteers that I have are able to pass this test, the challenge that I'm offering for you. I hope that makes sense for everyone, and I'm looking forward to see what people come up with, what everyone comes up with. Of course, if you have any comments, questions, angry, shouty rants, whatever, feel free to leave a comment, and I will definitely, probably respond. But I won't take up any more of your time, so let's see what you guys can do.
Hey there, Editing Kyle here. Just wanted to say sorry for the audio, and it's a little bit weird, but I do want to say thank you to Triggered Limey for all the help in editing and making it at the very least bearable. I also want to take a quick second to mention a channel that is a bit of a friend of mine. They are just starting up a Discord server. I'll put a link in the description if you want to go check that out. It's got some science content, some flat Earth debate stuff. There's a joke section that was, not to toot my own horn, but was my suggestion. Check that out. And yeah, just have fun. Say hi. Anyways, that's everything for you. I'll let you go get back to eating fish and berries.
Hey there, my name is Kyle.
Shout out to Kyle. What's up, Kyle? Kyle Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, man. Scroll up in the YouTube land chat box, and you can find a link to this video there. Thank you for letting me play in this. Kind of a fun video. You just rambling there. Damn, just when I was about to talk, I swallowed a mosquito or something. It fucked me up. Damn it. Farmer's Boy, do you think that's fair? Once you're ready to talk, then you'll be swallowing mosquitoes and shit.
Are you really that desperate for protein?
Fucked me up.
Yeah, I usually find suddenly you get a dry throat or you need to cough or something. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, why now? Yeah.
Just right in the exact time.
Yep.
I mean, I got a little fan just blowing at me, but I don't have it behind me. I got it in front of me, so all the wind coming from the road, from the streets, and it's a lot of particles that I've been swallowing here when I'm sitting here for hours. It's fucking me up.
Yeah, I've got a fan going.
Yeah. 31 people watching, only 8 likes. Come on, we can do better than that, guys.
I know something I hadn't done. There's another one. There we go.
Please. There you go. Patio Furniture, Justin Franks, Paul, Devil's Advocate, Don Giovanni, and everybody else on YouTube land. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.
Is my own personal fan club out there? Oh yes, he is.
Jomongus is here. Yeah, he was here earlier today.
Good.
Was he first today? It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter when Jomongus arrives. He will be first because he will type first.
This is true. and he's absolutely right. It's the first thing he types.
Yeah, he will type first. So he is first. Number one. I'm number one. I'm not first, but I am near. So it's okay. It's the first thing that I will type. Most of the times, it's the first thing that I will type. Unless I'm in a rush, I just type in my responsible trolling comments and just hit and run. Just throw it in the chat boxes and run.
Yeah.
Maybe read every once in a while. I got 3 or 4 attacking me off the gate within 5 seconds that I post my comments. So good. I did record a video clip yesterday. I want to share with you guys. It's not long. It's just a few minutes long. That was a funny one. But I need clarification in one thing. I was confused as I was rambling. As I was rambling, I got confused. I confused myself. So, help me out. And I did it as a question, and I answered. I said, like, yeah, like I'm right. These things that I'm saying, I'm right, even though I don't know if I'm right. But let's see. I gotta switch my screen share. You guys don't have to do anything. There you go. Go live. Bam. Who is new? Devil's Advocate is new too. Yes. Hello, Mr. 42. He's new. Hey, wee. All right. This video clip that I recorded and is self-explanatory, so I will mute myself and I will let you enjoy. It says 8 minutes, but I don't think. Maybe we'll see. Let's see what we got. Okay, I'm going to do a test theory that I have in my mind. And the theory consists in this. On YouTube, there is this channel, Earth Awakenings. The chat box is empty. This stream is been running for 14 hours. Alright? It is live right now. Let me go back to the beginning. 11, 12. Actually, it's like, what, 12 hours? Alright, let me go back 12 hours. And the volume is up. Let's see who's speaking. And I'm going to scroll forward every hour or so. Oh, no good. Music. I heard music at the 1 hour. There's nothing else over here. No participants. Nobody talking. Nobody talking. That's 2.5 hours ago. And a half hour ago. Half an hour ago. There's nobody here. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna go Earth Awakenings server. And this should be the live stream. And there's nobody there. Only one person, the live stream live. Let's go over there and see what's going on. Let's see if I will be shown on YouTube. Just gonna go there. After 14 hours, there was nobody there. It was Isa Mahalski just playing a song for a minute. And I want to see if I will be shown up, if I will be shown in the live stream. Maybe not. Who knows? Gotta give it 30 seconds for the lag, the stream. Check 1, 2. Now I'm heard. Sorry. The first thing that I say, I was on mute on Discord, but I do not see my icon pop up. I am not sure if I will be shown up. Let me refresh the page. I don't know if one needs a specific type of roles or something. Now I'm heard. Sorry. Oh, there you go. The first thing that I say, I was on mute on Discord, but okay, so that's it. We're gonna do that. Now I am on Discord, the Earth Awakenings live. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching in this excellent channel, which is full of information that nobody have received for over 12 hours. I'm gonna give you what you need. From the Earth Awakenings Discord server to everybody on YouTube land, I have information for you. The Earth is spherical. Good night. Is spherical. That's the Earth. And the Earth rotates. Oh. That's so messed up, right? I
Yes.
love it, man. I went to bombard with a little bit of real information. Let's see what we got. What do you think, man?
Oh dear.
Yeah, there was nobody, dude. I mean, they got a live show 24 hours, but it's just dead. It's like if I do a 24 hours live stream here, it's gonna be dead most of the day. I mean, not enough people coming. Maybe actually, if I do a 24 hours, it will be very active most of the time. Actually, this is just
Yeah,
dead.
I
Not
yeah,
most
I
of the time. Sometimes depends.
yeah, yeah. I think you'd struggle to get it sort of busy and active for 24 hours. I
Yes.
mean, Gem Panda's server comes close, but even then, I guess maybe it depends on what day it is as well. Quite often that just goes quiet, but it doesn't last for long. There's always somebody in there. I mean, I'm not in Geo server, but I'm surprised it was dead for quite that long.
Yeah, because when I did this, it was like a midnight maybe, or 11:30 or midnight in my time. So it was already running for 12 hours. So if it was midnight for me, whatever time it was for them, they had a big window for somebody to jump in and talk. It was just it's not being used. But in that period of time, there was a few people just typing in the chat box. People don't like talking too much. Oh well, it is what it is. But I just went and did a little hit and run. So hey, I had a little fun saying my piece. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. I have information for you. The Earth is spherical. Good night. Is spherical. That's the Earth. And the Earth rotates. Oh. Yes, it does. How about that? The Earth is a sphere, the Earth rotates. It is very, very big, the Earth is. The moon, you see the moon over there? You see over there? Yep, about 250,000 miles away, whether you like it or not. Do you see the sun? Oh, it's burning my eyes. Yep, 93 million miles away. How about that? See them planets going around? Yeah, gigantic spherical objects. Gigantic physical spherical objects. Oh wait, but Flip-Flop, there are some gaseous planets. Well, I repeat, they are giant spherical objects, unless you think that gas doesn't have any physicality. Wait, does gas have physicality? Yes, it does. That's my point, my question. I mean, even though even the so these gas giants planets, they are still physical planets. I mean, right?
Yes, most
Okay,
definitely.
okay. So I was right. I was thinking like, well, yeah, they are physical objects, even if they are composed just gas. Okay, so I was right.
I mean, they call them gas giants, and right out on can't really call it a surface because it's a gas, but out near the outer edges, yes, it's going to be gas. But the further down you go, the
It's gonna
denser
be
and
solid.
denser that
Yep.
gas is going to get, and eventually it's going to become a liquid. And although these are only theories, it is theorized that if you went to the inner core of Jupiter, you'll find a solid because it just has to be. All that weight and it's all going to compress together and it's going to be a solid. And I think um, was it Arthur C. Clarke in one of his novels? It has been guessed that because they're all basically hydrocarbons and carbons, when you compress carbon enough, you get diamond. And there is a
Mm.
theory that the core of Jupiter could indeed be a gigantic diamond.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah,
But
that's what I asked myself in the moment. Yes, they are physical objects, even if
most
they are
definitely, yes, yes,
gaseous giants. Okay, okay, so
yes. I mean, we
right.
call them we call them gas giants to differentiate them from the other planets that are actually, like solid rock. Mercury,
Solid,
Venus,
yeah.
Earth, Mars.
Yep.
Then you get to Jupiter, and that's a gas giant because it is, gas for
Makes
a
sense.
fair percentage of it. Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else Flip Flop is preaching over here. This was Flip Flop this day. What the hell is wrong with him? Gas doesn't have any physicality. Wait, does gas have physicality? Yes, it does. Gas is physical. Yes. So those are physical objects. What else do we have? Space exploration. Just gonna go back 20 years up till the day of today. Let's start in the year 2000 till today. There's a space station up there, high up in the sky, about 250 miles away. There's people in it. They do all kinds of experiments. Yes, man-made object built on Earth and assembled in space. Yes, it has people on it orbiting the Earth every 90 minutes. Yep, you can see it. Anybody can see it. That's just in the last 20 years. I'm not going back before 20 years. That's all history. So what we can know today that there are an international space station and there are a lot of other devices and technological apparatuses up in space, hundreds, thousands, and millions of miles away from the Earth, taking observations, doing measurements, experiments, and all that good stuff. How about that? Because Earth is a sphere and the universe is gigantic. Dude, none of these man-made devices have probably left the solar system. We're still chilling around there within our solar system, which is millions of miles wide. Millions and millions and millions of miles big. So there you go. Go to school, go to university, read some books, watch some documentaries, learn from the people that knows what they're talking about. Experts, the authority can tell you what's happening. Don't take anything on face value. You don't have to just believe them. You can do a lot of stuff on yourself. You can double check. You can cross reference all the information that you are given. Do the math. It will add up. After all this little piece of nugget of information that I have given you, which is the reality, the facts, if you just tell me nah, then oh well. I mean, what else do you have to offer besides a nah? Do you have anything that you can give me as an option if this is not an option, if the Earth is not a sphere, if it's not a gigantic universe, big solar system, if there's no rockets and technology going up really way outside the Earth, what's out there? What are we on? Thank you very much. This has been Flip Flop. Boom. Nailed it. All right. How you like me now? I left a little piece of information for them. Thank you very much. Boom. Nailed it.
Yep.
That's good. That's good. I'm happy with my
that.
performance.
Yes, that was good. That was good. Yeah.
There's no
like that.
interruption, no shit show, no. Yeah, no, nobody messing around with me. And I was live on YouTube for the war in a flat or in a so-called flat Earth channel. How about that?
It's just a shame that there was nobody there to go. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I like that, man.
Yeah, that's good. I approve.
Shout out to Chike. Shout out to Pronon. What's up?
Hi, Jose. In my opinion, the chance anyone will ever hear it not on your channel is zero. And, well, the only one that will hear it is probably YouTube bot that checks that it's not violating any other channel.
Yeah, yeah. There were 2 people watching, and I was one of them because I had the watch page open. There was one more people listening.
Logged in YouTube and listening are 2 different things.
Yeah, but still, I still wanted to do that because at least I actually gave him content. There was nothing going on there, man. Made me sad because I said like, all right, I'm gonna subscribe to this channel and see if I can every once in a while listen in the background as for background noise. Like in the Gem Panda channel, I listen in YouTube as a background noise every once in a while. I cannot be on the server, but I listen sometimes. And yeah, that Geo server is not, to me, it's not a good option to listen to. I go a lot of times and it's just dead there, man. Yep. What else did you listen? Do you guys are in discords that are like busy? Always like there's conversation going.
Gems. But there's always, there's always something going on there. But it's potluck whether you go in there and there's a sensible conversation, or it's gin, or somebody's unmuted Demok, or it's later in the afternoon for us, and Pete's in full force. So yeah, yeah. You take your pick, you take your chances. You never quite. There's always something. There's hardly ever any dead space in there, but you go in, you listen to it for 10 seconds, and you think, nope, not today.
Right.
That's kind of true. Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
I actually left because it's just too chaotic.
Yeah. I go right here to my subscriptions right now, and yeah, that one is alive, and I know it's gonna be somebody talking. But if we go here, maybe there's somebody here now. There's nothing going on. Stream has been going on for another 5 hours. So
Point, but
there's Jeremy.
But it
even metal.
Okay, there's a few.
The Skype
All right.
chill is
So it wasn't quiet all day long, just longer periods of time. Aye. Oh well. Shout out to Pronon. What's up, man?
No, not much.
What you gotta say, man? Do you want to be a flat earther for the day? Can we be flat earthers for the day?
How much alcohol can I drink?
A day, I'd struggle to do it for 5 minutes. Christ.
I couldn't do it. Yeah.
Saludos, Corillo. Saludos, Acuso. What's up?
My common sense would kick in and stop me.
I can try being a flat earther for the day.
Well,
I can be
you've got previous, haven't you?
Yeah.
I can be Bev for 10 minutes. Like we know it's not flat.
Yeah. I'm not a flat earther. We know it's not flat.
Can you be an anti-flat earther for an hour? Oh
Well,
wait, that's
I
Bev.
have I have a proof. I have a proof it's not flat.
So are you? Is Bev an anti-flat earther? I think, right? Real one.
No.
No. He's a flat earther. He just doesn't like admitting he's a flat earther, so he will go through this whole charade of, oh, it's not flat. We know it's not flat. We got proof. But you try asking him what the shape of the earth is. That's when he clams up, changes the subject, diverts, dodges, and all the rest of it, because he's a flat earther.
Is he
He
in
just-
favor of flat earthers? Most of them, right?
I don't know, because I think outwardly he tries to distance himself from other flat earthers because, as he says, he's not a flat earther.
Yeah, if he's not flat earther, he's the only not flat earther on his crew. All the others are flat earthers.
Until you start asking them the same questions, and you'll get the same answers that Bev gives you.
Shout out to
If they're well up on
No.
it. Sorry.
They
shout out
landed.
to
Thanks, Go.
Auditing the Absurd. How do you like the way I pronounce your name? Shout out to Auditing the Absurd in YouTube.
I like the way you rolled the R.
That is pretty good, dude.
And like people from the USNA could say auditing the absurd.
Really?
Auditing the absurd. I say auditing the absurd. How about that? 33 people watching. Yeah, this is the Globe Cult. For those who are new here, this channel we promote the Globe. This is a cult, the cult of the Globe. You are a member of the Globe Cult, whether you like it or not, because that's the only option that we have. Unless you get a different option, an alternative. Is there another alternative besides the Globe Cult? I mean, we are being accused of being in a cult. We are being the Globe. We're being accused of as for the Globe is a cult. Therefore, you are in a cult. I think most of us, if not all of us, have been accused. So we just embrace it. Let's just embrace it. Yeah, I'm in a cult. The Globe Cult. All you need to do to all you need to do to be a member of the cult is just live in the reality and understand and accept science. That's pretty much it, you know. Just be in the moment. What do you have to do to be? Go ahead, go ahead.
I asked them the other day. I saw you came after I left Bev. Ask them.
Yeah.
So we know LIGO is straight. So why are the elevation? Why is the elevation profile curved? And what the answer will be from one of the geniuses there? Uh, Show me 90 on a curved surface. What? What 90? That all the guy can say is 90. 90 degrees, I'm guessing.
I presume so.
I think that's, yeah.
And I didn't get answer. However many times I asked, why is the elevation profile curved? We know it's straight. We agree it's straight. Why is it curved?
And he wouldn't answer you. Well, I am surprised. Not.
Who do we have here? Is this your pronoun on PayPal?
That's me, dude.
Hey, a tenner, man. $10 by pronoun sent via PayPal. Money to the cult. Also, net money. Hails to the yeah, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, man.
No problem.
I'll take the 10 instead of if it was a $10 super chat. I would have 5 at the end of the month. So I'll take the 10 on PayPal any day, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah, appreciate it. I went that day. I went. Did I go after you to Bev? I was there for like 2 minutes, right? Very quickly. I don't even remember what I was saying.
No, I went to listen. I was on the stream and I heard you talking.
Right, right. Okay, yeah, yeah. But, so what I went for like a few minutes, 2 or 3 minutes probably, and I
Mhm.
just went in with a question. I think I asked them a question, and no, it was more like 5 minutes. They just avoiding to answer the questions, avoiding over all costs to answer the right question. I might have recorded that. I don't remember.
Because the answer hurts, I guess. I apparently I upset Bev so much that he had to call me names.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh wow.
Oh. That now you know when you've got one of them cornered when they have to start doing that.
Well, I got all his crew cornered way before that. It took me about 5 minutes, but when I went into the stream, began okay. But at the
Right.
end, I was a piece of shit.
Eh,
That's obvious.
less.
Auditing the absurd. Say, should we leave the flirs for 1 year? Do something else, then return all new debunking goodies. Well, I was never a debunker. I will never debunk things, so I cannot go and come back as a debunker because I don't want to do something new. Do something new for me is becoming a debunker now because I never been a debunker of the flat Earth. you know, uh,
Right.
I just want to have the hangouts and the conversations here. That's it. You do you, man. You did something new, even though you're stuck in there. You're trying to find your new ways. You do you, man. You did really good in that month or so when that thing was on. Congrats to you, man.
Wait, is that
Ranty, yeah,
thank you. That was what to say.
Yeah.
I know he was doing a lot of the Amber Heard Johnny Depp stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, his channel really took off over that, but of course that's now
Gone.
yeah, well, it's all done by I think there's still a little bit of yappy dog going on, but yeah, it's all done by the shouting, really, isn't it?
yeah. It's all right, man. Yeah. It's a lot of things. A lot of things. I just watch others' content. I don't want to do it myself.
Mm.
Not my thing, man. Not ready to switch to change. I'm not. I'm just ready to get me a job, and I got a few applications out there. I look into a few things. It's just not for me at all. No, none of them. The hours, benefits, pay, everything. It just sucks, and I don't have a transportation, so I got it. I'm looking into a few places close to me, and I'm waiting on an answer. They're opening a new thing. I don't know if it's a supermarket or healthy store type of supermarket type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're still building it. I mean, it's built now. They're loading it up and fixing it up. I'm still haven't been able to talk to somebody that worked there. I talked to the people, but they're in the construction outside, doing the yards and the little landscapes and stuff. So I haven't get nobody inside. But yeah, if I find that window, I'm 5 minutes walking from it, and that will be perfect.
That
And if
well,
I
that's
get
spot
in,
on, isn't it?
if I get in like when it's opening, then I'll learn the whole thing. Like in one go. It's good.
Yeah. Well, that's got to be the ideal time to get in there when they're just opening a brand new store.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
because obviously they're gonna sort of transplant some people across because you don't want
Yep.
a new building completely for the newbies, do you? But yeah, that's got to be the time to get in there.
Hmm.
And 5 minutes walk, well, I mean, you can't ask for more than that, can you?
No, I can't, man. And this 5 minute walk, I can make it a 10-minute walk, just dragging my feet, taking my ass time. It's still, I mean, like really, it's in the same block here. I mean, it's before the light, the traffic light. Is so next to me there's Arby's. Next to the Arby's, there's I think a preschool type of thing. Then next to the preschool, I think it's a tire shop, and then next to the tire shop is that. So it's probably less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, man, super close, right here. Yeah, I check into Arby's, but there's a lot of kids in there. They're just always high, and the manager's always smoking outside, and then the new employees are inside busting their asses. They're not getting good pay, so I feel like, yeah, I don't want to mess with them. I don't want to mess with that, Kids, manager kids, just getting high and just conveying the work for everybody else, and it's a weird place over here, a little bit of a ghetto, and I don't want to get pissed off for an asshole that tell me his sandwich is missing cheese or some shit like that, man. I'm slapping his face. No, I'm not like that. Oh man.
Oh, Jose,
Go
did
for
you
it.
do Gary Waybenga? We did
Did-
we did Brian the other day.
All right. Did I do Gary Webenga? That's strange. No, I didn't do Gary Webenga. But I didn't do him. But we can entertain because he did a few newer uploads, right? And we never got to it.
I don't know. I don't
I
follow
don't
his
know.
channel unless he posted. I have no clue.
Yeah. All right. So let's look up because Gary Webenga has posted a few interesting things lately about perspective and about bottom up disappearing objects. Oh man, Gary is a character.
That's
Guy, man. All right. So we got over here screen share. We have Gary Webenga here, the videos, right? The last two videos he uploaded. Field of view completely changes how we see things
Hmm.
perspectively. And then after that, after I watched the video and Bibo, and we both criticized him. And then he came back he came back the next day, and that was 5 days ago. And 4 days ago, he uploaded it. Earth is live, and Jose JG, boom, this is for you, addressing the points that Earth is Live and I had. And we're gonna play the original video and see if you guys find the same points that Earth is Live and myself found as a flood in this video clip that Gary uploaded, attempting to explain bottom up disappearance. All right.
Just simply by going higher. Now the black pickup.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, got two little model pickups here. You can see that the black pickup is quite a bit bigger than the white pickup. Now I'm going to start with the
Let me know if I got it.
white
Pause it.
pickup
Stop
close
it.
by me.
Okay.
And the black pickup I'm going to move down the table a ways. And we're going to watch and see how the black one will appear smaller and like it's under the white pickup. So, even though that black pickup is quite a bit bigger, it looks much smaller than the white pickup that's much closer to me. That is a parallax effect. The closer thing hasn't changed as much as the further
That's
thing.
not parallax.
But this is also a demonstration of how field of view restricts what you see. This would be like one of those videos where you have a ship that's much further away, looking like it's half below a ship in the foreground. Well, that's just because it's restricted by the field of view. The angle has just become too acute at center frame. Everything's foreshortened.
What the hell?
You just have no place for information.
It's no better when you hear it for the second or third time.
No, it doesn't.
It's
What?
quite impressive how much wrong he gets into such a short video.
Oh man, we gotta put the closed captions. There you go.
Yeah.
Which we can probably make those tires disappear if I just go a little lower on that black pickup.
Uh-oh. By the way, how
Or
about
somebody
here?
will say it's a crooked table.
You're behind the edge of the
You're kind of
table.
at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's
how
this
about
white
here?
haze?
If you want to do that in real life, you'll have to dig a hole and climb into it.
I mean, you can see that the camera is lower. The center of the camera is lower than the table, the edge of
Yes,
the
and
table.
he would say that the camera is still above the table because I'm sure the camera, no doubt, it's his phone.
Yeah.
Probably the vast majority of his phone is above the table, but part of that lens isn't. Quite clearly, isn't. The whole lens isn't above the table.
Boom! Big super chat by Auditing the Absurd with 20 pounds. Shout out to Auditing the Absurd. Leave the flurf, the dum-dums behind. Put your effort into a new genre, my friend. You won't regret it. You have the talent to improve yourself about this nonsense. If you would like to discuss it, you know where I am, my friend. Thank you very much. Auditing the Absurd. Feedback received, and I thank you very much. And yeah, well, we'll talk one day. We'll talk one day. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what gives, man. Will that mean? Does that mean that I'm gonna have to leave the Globe cult? Maybe not. So we shall see. Shout out to Auditing the Absurd for 20 pounds super chat. Boom. Oh, got it, camera. Dipping under the table, lower and lower. Okay, here we go.
Which we can probably make those tires disappear if I just go a little lower on that black pickup. Or somebody will say it's a crooked table. I think you're kind of at that point right about there. I'm still above the level of the table because you can see a little bit of the surface. You can't see the tires of the black pickup.
Really doesn't.
Well, anyhow, I'm going to
table's in the
change
way.
my field of view just simply by going higher.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is not, you know what? People can say it, but Jose, isn't this a debunking what you're doing right now? No,
Oof.
nothing to
No.
debunk here. This is just
exactly.
yeah, just having a laugh with what Gary is putting up.
I mean,
It's just so flat.
you can't debunk the flat Earth because the Earth isn't flat. There's nothing there to debunk.
Undebunkable.
But you
It's
can, but you can point and laugh.
Exactly.
The Earth
yeah,
is
just
flat, so
having
you can
the
go
fun.
fuck yourself. Listen to me. The Earth is flat, and we know it's on a globe. So don't say
There you go. Tell us more.
it's
Tell us,
not.
Please tell us, my friend.
It
tell
is
us how you really
not
feel, man.
a globe. That's how I really feel, and I know it to be true. So
Yeah, whatever.
ow.
So you don't
If
think
you want to
that,
ask
or
me questions,
do you think, or
Go
you
on.
believe? Do you think, or you believe that the Earth is a globe?
I don't believe it's a globe. Actually, in fact, I know it's not a globe. Thank you.
How about what it is then? You know, it's not a globe. 100%. You commit to it to the day you did.
100%.
If you want to tell me what it is, then would you commit to the Earth is flat, or will you tell me what it is?
It depends how you define what it is. When we define it, you got to look at 5 dimensions, or you look at 3 dimensions.
The surface of
So when you
the
say
Earth as a whole.
when
the
you
Earth.
say it's the ultimate perspective, what it is the 5 dimensions. That's when you're looking at the double toroid system. That's when you're looking at magnetism and magnetism geometry.
You
and
say
we've
that
proven
it
this.
is. Hold on, Banu. Don't go too far. Don't go too far. Let's just take it one step at a time because you're going a little too far. You say
Okay.
it is not a globe. 100%. The Earth
Correct.
is not a globe. Can you tell me what the Earth is? It is the Earth. You told me the Earth is not a globe,
Okay.
so it is not a globe. Can you tell me what the Earth is? What it is, please?
Well, if you're going to define it as simply as a globe, you may as well define it as a snow globe, which means it's flat, and that's why we say it's flat, and that's why
So
we
can
say
you-
3 dimensions are flat. We
So
say
the
the
Earth
hologram is flat.
The Earth is a snow globe, then.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. More power to you, man.
And if you want to ask what the metaphysical shape is, it's a double toroid, and you're looking at the Ouroboros, and you look in the yin and yang. Buddha knows this. Even the Bible knows this. It's about being a soul within the God and devil system, and this is true, man. There's no globe. There is no space. None of it's real. It's all just a joke. It's all a joke. And I was brought up an atheist myself. How cool is that?
Did you become religious? Do you a believer now?
Yeah, I am a believer, being brought up an atheist. And now almost I'm so deep into it that I even question why my ancestors strayed from believing. Why? What brought them to straying from the belief?
What does
Because
the belief and religion has to do with the physicality and the shape of you, if any?
exactly,
What
that's
why
a good question.
what does it have to do, religion and belief, with the shape of the
Very
earth?
good
That's a
question.
question. Yeah, can you answer?
No, don't put it onto me. Maybe put it onto yourself. Because
No, I don't, dude. That's what I'm saying,
okay,
right?
no,
I
okay,
was a normal person. I was a just grew up normal education, so I always thought that the Earth was a globe, a sphere, and rotating, and everything works.
yes,
Then I found flat Earth, and I found flat
yes,
Earth, and I start questioning reality. And you know what happened when that happened? I had to throw religion away. I had to put religion in the drawer and don't look into it, because if I want to find the reality, what is real, the physicality of what we live in, we got to leave the beliefs outside. We cannot count on belief and bullshit that we cannot test.
correct.
So
Faith,
I had to hang up the gloves on the beliefs, and I looked into the earth, right? Why did
correct.
you do the opposite? Why, if you found reality, that means that you found your belief in some kind of religion. Is that how it
No
works?
belief. No, 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 no. No belief. No belief. I have faith in the absolute. I'm not saying I've subscribed to Christianity or Catholicism or exotericism. They call it exo. Have you ever heard of esoteric? Have you ever the Gnostic occult beliefs? Esoteric beliefs. This much I see to be true. I see the esoteric truth. And it doesn't require believe, it requires faith in what is true and what is good. And I know this must be real, Jose.
All right. Who want to talk to Vanu? Go for. I'm sorry, I took over. I should be just here hanging out,
So
just in
I need to
case he
change my
goes
name.
crazy moderating.
My name is Gerald. I can't change it here, unfortunately.
So, you like this name, Vanu? Is that all right?
Gerald. My name is Gerald.
I Jilt, Jilt.
Jerat.
Gerald.
No. Oh,
Gerald.
okay. Like this, I
But
type it in the
regardless,
Daily Boom
Jelly Boom.
uncensored, Daily Boom uncensored text chat.
I'll spell it here.
Yeah, type it and I'll. Okay, Gerald. Okay, I got you. All right.
Thank you. So this is what we're
Anybody
going
want
to
to
talk
talk?
about here.
Anybody want to talk
Thank
to
you.
Gerald? I'll stay out of the conversation.
No,
I'll
no, no.
moderate if necessary.
You're fine. I don't think you'll get any sense out of him today.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
why is that, Family Boy? Why should you be? Snesley says I'm a troll. How am I a troll? I am genuinely. This is what I believe. Sorry, this is what I have faith in. I know what I'm saying to be true, and I've spoken to many people about this on many servers. And if, like I've been told, you like to speak about the shape of the Earth here, so maybe we can have a conversation about it.
Well,
and
it's a globe.
Okay.
So there you go. There is no conversation. There is no debate. There is no argument. We know what the fucking shape is.
Yeah. Well, what if I told you what you believe to be a globe is simply your interpretation of your own ego, actually, and what you've been taught? You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
So
your
I'm talking
interpretation?
shite. My interpretation is what. Sorry.
Can
I
you
believe.
draw me your
What I
toroidal
know.
bullshit?
Yeah. I can post images.
Oh, here we go.
No. Can you draw it? Your toroidal bullshit that will relate somehow remotely to reality?
What I know to be true is
No, I don't
you
care
can
what
know
you
the
know.
shape of the Earth from compounds, certain compounds such as psychedelics.
Hey, I said he was off his tits.
Oh,
And
now we
I see
know.
that you posted. Hold on, I see that you posted a few images. This is some
Yes.
things that you follow. I'm gonna present those for the
Yes.
audience.
These are the 5D metaphysical shape of the Earth that we see. And this is it's called magnetism geometry. Have you guys heard of that before?
Do you know, I prefer Brian Leakey, I have to say.
Come
Oh,
on, man.
no, I thought I'd heard this guy's voice before. You ain't going to get anywhere with this one. He's
Oh, it's okay.
he's off with the fairies.
And how this relate to reality? Somehow.
It doesn't.
Because it's related through magnetism geometry. I'm trying to find the image for
fine,
you.
fine. What I see in reality, how does this relate to it?
Magnetism. So we see it in the yin and yang. We see it in
I don't see yin yang in nature.
north and south. It's called a compass, mate.
Yes.
Positive and negative. It's called binary code. I'll ask you one thing before you say whatever your mind thought was, but let's talk about binary code for a second and software technology and binary code in general. And what do we know that even physics today and the reality we actually experience is essentially binary code, correct?
No,
All right, can I,
absolutely.
Chai, before you answer, it's gonna be your turn. 10 seconds to. I got a public service announcement by Sean Smith for $5 super chat. Just wanted to remind you, Gary Wenga pulled out a dishonest camera trick not seen since 2017. Hey, we're gonna go back to that, Sean Smith, at some point. If not today, we're gonna go back to it because we got a lot to talk about there with Gary. Shout out to Sean Smith. Thank you for the fiber, man. Go ahead, Chaik. It was your turn. I interrupted you.
Back in lines.
No, I think you interrupted Jerome.
No, we're talking about magnetism geometry, correct?
You were talking, not me. You said reality is binary, which I don't agree.
How is reality not binary? Prove. Well, what quantum says it's not binary. What quantum physics says is it's both 0 and 1 at the same time, and that's what quantum reality is, correct? It means it's both at the same time, and it means it's both a wave and a particle at the same time, meaning there's no such thing as physicality. All you're saying is the mind project or receive information, which is potentially infinite. No?
You don't understand quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics said it's always all the values between 0 and 1. It's not this. That's
exactly.
Not binary.
Exactly.
That's not binary. Binary is either 0 or 1.
No.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Can you prove this to me? What you just said? What study can I refer to? Or
you want that?
No, but you saying that quantum mechanics, like you know.
Yeah. You want me to bring you quotes about quantum mechanics?
I want you to tell me how you've proven that it's not binary, that it is somehow all the numbers between 0 and 1. No. You're referring to what infinity means, and that has nothing to do with what quantum mechanics is or proves, especially in regards to how waves and particles work. Thank you.
Well,
go prove it to me right now. No, because you're talking shit.
Binary. You're talking shit.
Correct. Sensley has said here, correct. That is correct. No one has said anything here about infinity. We have not said anything about infinity, my friend. Infinity is all the numbers between 0 and 1, and that's not what quantum mechanics is. So you're completely incorrect about that. I can actually refer to a study, which I will link.
All right. It's been a little over 1 hour into the show. This is my chilling time. Thank you very much, everybody, for checking into the YouTube land. We're gonna be on. This is just the first interference. What do you say? A little bit of a 30 seconds break from me. Everybody, please hit the like button on YouTube land. Share the show. Make sure that you are subscribed so you can type in the YouTube chat box and that the bell notification icon is on for when we are live. You guys can come in and hang out with us. You can support via PayPal or Super Chat. PayPal link is pinned in the YouTube chat box and also in the description box. And the Super Chat is a little dollar sign. Help the channel out. Go on. I need to complete to pay my internet and electricity. That's why I use the support for. So I'm still a little bit stuck for this month, but I know I'm gonna push through it. You guys always help me out. I appreciate that. And shout out to everybody on the Discord server, the Daily Boom. We are here. If you are not a member of the Daily Boom Discord server, you can find a link in the description box. Join the server. You can post pictures, memes, articles, videos, and all kinds of good stuff. And you can also always join in the discussion in the voice chat. We are currently joined by, I'm even going to shout out those who are deaf and muted. We're joined by Bob. Bob, that's not Bob the Science Guy, it's Bob 3723. Also, Chaik, Discord user in the house, Earth is Live, Farmer's Boy, Gerald, J Mac, Mel, Prono 1990, and Nestle Wipes. And last but not least, Flip Flop. Flip Flop has been very quiet on a Monday. Guys, carry on. The images on screen have been shared by Gerald.
Thank you, and I really appreciate the introduction to the server. So I have a lot to share here, and let's just say I don't lie, that I have faith and I know the truth. And what I know is north and south, on and onwards, and I know the toroidal fields. I know there is good and bad, and I know there is something in between. As we can see on the image shown on the live stream, we have what is shown in between good and bad, and that is the flat Earth. It is the hologram snow globe system. And this is what we flat earthers believe to be true. Oh, again.
You can
Believe?
maybe separate from the microphone like 1 or 2 inches and it will sound a lot better. The levels will be even for everybody.
Sorry, is my mic not too good?
It's good,
Sorry.
but it's a little overwhelmingly loud. And I don't want to lower your volume because then another day
Is it
you're
right
going
now?
you separate a little bit from the microphone, you'll be all right.
Okay. I have a lot of images to post, and we can look into this information about the magnetic fields. Sorry, I can't say that I'm an expert on this information, but this is what I know to be true. Yes, Chike, but neither are you, and neither are many people.
Did I claim? No.
Well, have we
You
heard
said
about the
I can
concave
say.
Earth?
I said I can say you're not.
No, I'm not. But we, what we
what's
do
the-
know is that we don't live on a globe.
In this image
So-
that you posted, this last image that you posted is because we're trying to talk about kind of the big picture first, like Earth and the shape. Is this represent Earth, and is this what's going on around it?
Correct. This is the 5D metaphysical shape. So we aren't looking at the hologram anymore. This is when we're looking at what's within us and how our soul connects with the hologram. And this is when we see the nature of reality. We see the double toroidal field, and that's the yin and yang. Do you guys see it right there? That is the 5D shape of the yin and yang.
No, I don't see that.
You don't see that?
This is a 5D image.
Yes.
How did you manage to pull that? That I wonder. Because as of today, I know no one managed to pull even a 3D image.
No, this
Now
is 2D
you come
image.
with 5.
This is a 2D image representing
It's a
5D.
2D image.
I think it's
Correct.
better. Yeah. There you go.
I'm missing few.
It's a representation, isn't it? We can get the
Representation of what?
well, the yin and yang, correct?
Where's the yin and yang here?
Do you not see it? You see the opposite poles, and you see the north and south, and you see what is connected between it.
No, I don't see the little S shape and the little two circles. I see
You
a
don't see
different
it?
shape. I see a different
I see
shape right
it.
here. Two alien eyes, UFO alien, like an ant, big eyes and the forehead, and then image mirror in the bottom. That's what I see, ant. But I don't see yin and yang.
I'm guessing if we use the same chemical you were talking about before, we might see it.
Yes. You can refer to certain chemicals known as dimethyltryptamine, mycelium, psilocybin mushrooms, lysergic acid, ketamine. You know, the list goes on. Cannabis. Either way, you can look within yourself, and you can see this object.
Would you cross a heavy traffic road when you use this?
Yes, you have to cross a traffic road to the other side,
Heavily,
and especially when you return. Correct.
The question is, would you complete your course alive?
Yes.
Do you think if I did mushrooms, I'll be able to see the yin and yang better?
Definitely.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Psilocybin mushrooms, but like old mate said, I probably misheard, but you have to cross a traffic, and you have to cross the road, and you have to, no matter what we do in life, we have to cross the road. And let's say we got a bit of gold back from the other side, but it's not about blasting chemicals. It's about just realizing there's another unseen reality on the other side.
In relationship to the shape of the earth, what does this have to do with it?
In my opinion, and in many others' opinions, esotericists, and the truth is, what we see is that the world isn't what they tell us. So there's no such thing as physicality. What we see is hologram. What we see is that mass in general is an illusion. So
But this is just a bunch of like weirdos on a trip, on a
no,
mind trip.
not
Who
really,
said it?
man, because quantum mechanics proves it too. And I've actually referred multiple studies on the matter.
Just because you say quantum mechanics and meta, it doesn't mean anything. This is just a
Okay.
trippy image from a I don't know weirdo they just put a
Okay.
pretty picture of some magnetic effect and they say like, all right, yeah, now it's psychedelic. That's Earth now. It doesn't prove anything, right? I'm sorry. I mean,
No, that's
dude,
fine.
I am illiterate. I am illiterate. I just a normal guy. Explain it to me like I'm 5, so I can understand it, man. If you cannot explain it, then you got nothing.
Well, it depends on the question. Clearly, you're not into the whole idea of magnetism and magnetism geometry and how all of this sort of things work and how magnets work and how
I have
this
an
has all been
idea. I
proven.
have a basic idea how magnets work,
Okay.
and it can be tested. It's a lot of papers
I
on
didn't mean
magnets.
to say that personally. There was nothing
There's a lot of
personal when I
papers
said
here,
that.
a lot of studies for hundreds of years, maybe I mean for a long time on magnets.
Yeah.
What does that
But
have
you
to
get my
do with
point.
the shape of the Earth? What does that have to do with the shape of the
Exactly.
Earth?
Well, for me, I have a way of thinking from small to grand. So what I'm saying is, there's the essential idea of opposite and something that is, what we're seeing here is binary. And this has been proven through
What the
magnetism.
fuck does that have to do with the shape of the Earth? You're saying
Okay,
binary and
I
saying
posted
all
another
this.
image here, if you can pull it up in the live stream.
All right.
It's a snow globe, and we've proven this with certain optics in the sky, actually. And we can see that to our point of view as humans and the light spectrum and how we receive the world around us, we appear to be in a snow globe. So
At least you're showing something in here. an
You
effect that
see?
happen in nature. The three bottom ones see an effect that happen in nature, and then you put this
That's real.
little snow, and then you put this little snow, the real snow globe. You make it look like what happens in nature. Therefore, it's a snow globe. Is that
No,
what?
but
Is that
the
your
ones at the
conclusion?
bottom, the ones at the bottom aren't fake. Have you
I
not seen them in real
I
life?
ju- I just say that the three in the bottom are effects that we observe in nature. Yes,
Yes,
that's what I just
I've
say.
seen them.
If you listen and try not to interrupt by agreeing or disagreeing, the three bottom ones are effects that happen in nature. A lot of people have seen it. I haven't seen it. I know this happen in nature. The top
Correct.
one is a snow globe that you buy in a thrift store. You can buy for $1 or for $1,000, and you create this effect with light, and because it look like what it happens in nature, therefore we live in a snow globe. That's my question to you. Is that your logic?
I see the relation between the two. That's true. Yes. But
Thank
I
you
don't
very much.
mean that
No
the
further
whole. I don't
questions.
mean the whole world. I don't mean the whole world is the snow globe. I mean that's how we perceive it as humans. Because just like flies or any other animal, think they have different realities. But for us, imagine the only way you can perceive the snow globe is to be the human in charge of the snow globe. Do you see?
But
So I believe consciousness to not only be geocentric, but
but
mainly based around the person,
but
right?
why didn't
So
Jose
geocentric.
see this? Why didn't Jose
Sorry,
see this thing?
who? Sorry,
Jose didn't see it. Why?
Hosea.
Why? Jose.
Well, I've seen that certain
I
shape
don't care
shown in the
you
image
see it.
multiple
I
times.
asked why he didn't see it.
I don't
If
know.
we live in a snow globe.
Exactly. You
I don't
can't.
know why he hasn't seen it. Well, I've seen it, and I was completely
I
sober when
said
I
I
saw
don't
it.
care you've seen it. I said why didn't he see it?
I don't know. Maybe it's kind of
You
rare.
know, he lives in another world.
Well, if you're denying that I saw that, that's on
I
you, not
didn't. I
me.
don't deny that you saw it. But you can't deny he didn't see it. He just said he didn't see it. And I'm asking
Okay.
you, if this is the world
Well,
we live in, a snow globe, why didn't
yeah.
Jose see what you posted?
Well, maybe he doesn't. He hasn't had the same experience as I have.
Yeah,
And
I haven't.
that's
Yeah, I haven't got that effect. But now I got a follow up question. On this snow globe, very good point that Hold On is bringing us. This effect that happens in nature and is explained in science because it's a rare effect that is it has to do with ice particles. I don't want to go into that, but just the effect that we see in the bottom three pictures we are seeing in a snow globe from the outside. But are we outside this dome looking at this reflection? No, we're looking up to the sky. So we're looking at it, quote unquote, inside the snow globe, if you want to believe this theory. Why do we have to look at the outside of the snow globe here to see the effect and not from the inside? Thank you very much.
we are from the inside. We are inside the snow globe.
Why then are you showing me this snow globe outside?
Because it's a little thing. You know what I mean?
Why?
That's just
You don't have,
just a demonstration of
or you
the
don't have,
reality.
you don't have small
Yeah.
enough cameras to put inside.
We can't go within the outside of the snow globe, and that's the answer to the question.
Inside.
We cannot
You
go
want-
with the outside. So as you see
So how
within
do you? So nobody knows, I guess, what's outside the snow globe. Then you're taking
we
a
do.
then you oh, what is outside the snow globe?
Well, my opinion is what is outside is what within. That's why I like
Your
to
opinion.
refer
So
to
you don't know.
Polaroid.
So you don't know
But
what it
other
is. It's your
no,
opinion.
I don't. What other people like to say it's water. Some people think that that's the firmament and then water is out there. And you know what's outside of the snow globe? Stars and celestial objects. The moon is potentially within, actually on par with that snow globe. So the sun and the moon they're all interlinked via a computer system.
So a quick answer to the question that I ask you is no. We don't
It's a
know what it is.
hologram.
We just speculate. We just
No,
speculate. You just speculate
of
all of these things.
course. Yeah,
Okay.
we have
So
to be
you don't know.
speculative.
So you don't know if you say
No,
nobody can go outside the dome. Nobody knows what's outside the dome. Then, and you're just
correct.
speculating. So it's your opinion. That the answer is no. Nobody knows what's outside the dome. The answer is no, right?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
But what I will say, and what multiple of us here will say, is that we cannot physically go past the firmament. We cannot
That's why
physically go
that
past
the
it.
only person that is here in this call and probably in the chat box that say that is you.
No, Brian's here. Brian Maverick's here, and he would agree with me that we cannot leave the firmament.
Brian, do you think there's a firmament, a solid something up in the sky that you cannot leave and go outside it?
Scientifically, it's known as Van Allen belts.
What, you mean those things that we've mapped and flown through? But you think it's a
No,
fucking dome?
we've never flown through them. They said they destroyed the technologies back in the 60s.
Yeah, you're just.
Say
They
what
said
now?
they destroyed the technology back in the 60s.
No,
They said we can't go there today.
No, stop.
No. Come on, you can do better than this, surely. This is so fucking sad.
No, he's
This
falling.
is what NASA said.
But he's
What's
doing
the
all right.
firmament,
I give him the green light to talk to you guys. Nestle Wife, sorry, but it's his opinions,
Thank you.
so it's okay. At least he's not committing to say this is the fact, this is reality, and everybody have to believe because there are papers and evidence. No, there's no papers, no evidence. It's his opinion, and then a group of people believe that. So hey, let it be, man. Let's have the conversation.
Whatever.
Leslie,
There
go
is
ahead, man.
evidence that humans can't leave the Van Allen belts today.
No, there isn't.
Well,
because
there's
humans have
evidence.
gone through it.
Yeah, there's evidence
Yeah.
today that is possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I've done
going
it
to ask
before.
what's this firmament made of?
Thanks.
What isn't it made of? You got to ask, can humans enter a vacuum?
No,
I
that's
know
not
he
what I
didn't
asked.
know in the space, but yeah, that's not what he asked. What is it made of?
It's made of nothing, right? It's
Well,
not
how
made
come we
of
can't go
anything
through it then
physical.
if it's made of nothing?
Exactly.
We can't. Oh, the Van Allen belts is radiation. So it's belts of radiation. You research what the Van Allen belts are.
I know what the Van Allen belts are.
Why don't you tell me what they're made of?
No, you're the one who's coming up with this. The dome is the
Van Allen belts are basically in connection with the magnetic field. So what we're seeing is the toroid, like I spoke of, the north and south poles, and there's this radiation belt that surrounds reality. And
how do you know about these radiation belts?
Hold on. That's cool. Can't we move through magnetic fields?
no, we cannot leave. Human forms cannot leave the Van Allen belts, otherwise they'll be burned.
No, I'm asking about magnetic fields in general. We'll get to the Van Allen belts that you just said are magnetic fields.
We ought to make his mind up. 1 minute they're radiation, next minute they're magnetic.
It's both.
He's full of
It's the
shit.
same.
I know he's full of
Honestly,
shit, but we're supposed to entertain him. So
Good point.
All right, I got a comment over here. It's a PayPal comment for $15, Dave. Pronon, right?
Yep.
Thank
me,
you so
dude.
much, man. Hell yeah, brother. I appreciate that. All right, let me read this. This is to Gerald. So pay attention to this comment. Please tell me who on the flat earth side is truthful, since you think the flat is the truth. The answer is no one. Okay. To Lemonbird, to even
It's
Spurs
Spurs.
are liar. To even Spurs are liars. Plus, do we need to talk about the Nathan Thompson school problem? Stay in school, kids, and say no to drugs. Shut up, brother. So you think the flat earth side is truthful? Because a lot of the flat earthers and the anti-globers and the skeptics, I don't think they follow the way you think. That's why I say it's so broken. Flat earth, they don't have a direction. It goes everywhere. Everybody has an opinion.
Well, exactly. We all have an opinion, but we all are the greatest friends of all time. Like people like Jin and Pete Shea, I hope can one day join this server because I think they're geniuses.
Jin CBR, he can come in the server. He will be heavily modded. He have been in the server. He can come in today if he wants to, but he will be heavily moderated because I don't want people preaching and talking over people. And Piche is banned for life from this server for over a year now.
Shit. Okay.
Which is a
Well,
good
anyway, I posted 2 images in regard to the Van Allen belts. So as you can see, what we see of the Van Allen belts completely relates to the magnetic field. which we see proven through all sorts of just magnets that we use today. So this has been proven that reality works the same way a magnet does, and that's why I refer to the toroidal field multiple times.
Hold on, that's not flat Earth.
It is flat Earth.
Yeah, Earth is a
Actually.
globe. Look at that.
I-
Look at the
I-
globe.
That's a
Beautiful.
globe,
That's a,
dude.
No,
that's a
no,
globe.
no,
Earth isn't flat,
no.
Matt. Oh dear.
What
Yeah,
the
but the
You're an
image, you
idiot.
can see the bars coming out of it.
Oh,
There's a flat
dear.
Earth there.
Oh,
Oh,
you get my point.
He's a
The
flat
bars
No,
earther
coming
no.
quoting
out.
information that came from NASA. Oops.
Yeah.
No.
It's a globe and you need Van Allen belts, and it flats when you don't.
Citation
It's
is
not
from
really a
NASA
hard take.
with the actual Earth as a sphere.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And of course, the Van Allen radiation belts were hypothesized by a chap called Van Allen, and whose very first satellite into space mapped the Van Allen belts? You've got it, NASA.
And I'm dumb.
Well,
So
NASA
you'll accept NASA's word on some things, and then you'll say, "Oh no, nobody can go into space except." Oh, hang on a minute, NASA has.
Well, who
and
else is
carries
gonna
on
map
doing
it?
so. Hey, so
Who do
you know.
Yeah. Okay. Who do you think took so much money from the people that the only machinery that they sent into so-called space was
So-called
funded
space.
by these people? So of course it was funded by NASA. Who else would have been funded by?
You
We
think
know
it's just
history.
NASA that puts things into space, do you?
Who else does? China and Russia. Or
There's 90 international space agencies. Admittedly, not many of them can do that, but there's quite a few that can put stuff into space and put stuff on other planets.
Yeah,
So
that will change anything. Let's try to talk about something that we can, progress and move on about, like the Van Allen belt. I got a fun fact about the radiation. Pay attention that going through the Van Allen belts at the speed that the rocket will go through it, right, with people, will give you less amount of radiation than an intercontinental flight on a commercial plane. Boom! Fact.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Incorrect.
How many people taking intercontinental flights? Millions and millions a year. How many people have gone through the Van Allen belts? That dozen people.
You'll die. You'll die if you go past the Van Allen belts. And
well, they didn't. They sent
we don't have
9
millions
crews
of
through
people.
them.
Yeah, we don't have millions of people. Gerard, we don't have millions of people dying of radiation, which they're getting more radiation when they take these intercontinental flights. So we got millions of people dying, and the cost is the flights that they take.
Incorrect. You're reading the wrong stuff.
Exactly.
Well, they sent 9 Apollo missions to the moon, 6 of which we know landed. So 9 times they sent a 3-man crew. Admittedly, on 2 of those missions, they had one guy the same, Jim Lovell. They sent them through 9 times.
Incorrect. We both of them.
Why is that incorrect?
Because we've seen the footage. And when did they last send them? The last time was like 1975 or some shit.
72.
There you go. So it was even lower than that. My point is, we've seen the footage of the moon, and we know the moon landing footage wasn't real.
No, we don't. No, don't say we. You're the moon landing denier here. I'm not.
Okay,
I know they went to the moon.
Okay, but I know they didn't. There you go.
You're just because you're a flat earther, you have to deny space. You have to.
Yeah,
because it debunks your delusion otherwise.
What if I came to the conclusion because I knew that they didn't land on the moon?
Yeah, there you go. In behalf of Gerald, I gotta put my 2 cents here. When he say "I know," he means he believes. So let's.
Yes,
try
he doesn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He just believes. It's his own belief. See, there you go. He's the sort of twat who has to turn belief into belie. I mean, what a moron.
Yeah, he's just an idiot.
Yeah, he is an idiot.
Hey, I'm an idiot, but so are you. Come on, man. We're all
no, I'm not. You are, though.
I believe a lot of things. I have my opinion. I got my strong opinion for a lot of things, and I disagree with a lot of things that these guys say, and I challenge them a lot of times. But do I have anything concrete to prove my point? No. It will end up being just my opinion and my belief, and it is what it is. I mean, I'm okay with it.
Same here, bro. It's all just a bit of fun, but some of us want to know the truth. So
no, you don't.
There's a difference.
Oh,
I
you
sure
don't?
do, mate.
No, you don't. That's the whole fucking point of all of you morons. You don't want to know the truth. You
Yeah.
just want to come in here and hear your own voice and spout shite.
I can sound just like you if I wanted to, mate.
No, you couldn't.
I could.
Please, you can't.
No, you're too stoned for a start. You're not sober enough.
Hey, that's true.
I know it's true. I've listened to enough stoned idiots ramble on about nothing at all, and you're a classic example.
So you're calling me unintelligent, and you're calling me insufficient of knowing the truth? Is that what you're?
No, I'm calling you an idiot.
Okay, sure. But what
Good.
if I'm smarter than you?
Okay, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Let's
Jose,
give
what
a
do you
shout
think
out
of this?
it's good. Having fun today, and the audience is having fun. They like you. They say, "Hey, new blood, man, a new voice to be
Yes.
heard over here." And
Thank
it's good. I
you. Thank
appreciate
you.
it. We got a few people. I don't know if they got any comments or questions. Blue Marble is in the house. I'm not gonna shout out. I'm gonna shout out the people that just joined. Blue Marble is also here. Brian Mavitt, Ortiz Live is here. Big Gambino, J Mac. Thank you, everybody.
Yo.
And everybody that didn't say the name. If you guys any question, comments, concerns, go for it, man.
How can you deny spaceflight when you can see the ISS yourself?
The ISS is in low Earth orbit.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even mean it's in space. It's technically below the Van Allen belts, the ISS. And I've seen images from people from the. This is my 2 cents, of course, but my 2 cents is worth 2 gold bars. Okay. So I've seen a guy who was on the Van Allen belts, and he posted images back in 2012. And the horizon was dead flat. This is before they started posting fake images and GoPro images of the ISS. But the ISS is in low Earth orbit below the Van Allen belts, and the horizon is flat. Guys,
Okay.
hear that?
So the ISS is in orbit.
Yes, it's in low Earth orbit per se.
So it's in
Per
space.
se.
Okay. So then,
no,
to
it's
have
not in
that
space
happen.
because it's below the Van Allen belts.
Well,
Yeah, we
space
know
includes
that.
low Earth orbit, though.
Yes.
Outer space includes low Earth orbit.
To
It's above the
me,
Kármán line.
below Van Allen radiation belts means
Okay, so
means what?
not in space. It means
No.
the flat Earth, and it means not space. The low Earth orbit means there is oxygen, and it's not a vacuum. What they say space is.
No, really?
How would you know that? Have you
your-
measured?
That's what low Earth orbit is, and that's what the ISS is. Correct.
You
So the
take
ISS
your
isn't in
Orbit of
space.
spherical. How is it in orbit if Earth is flat?
Yeah.
Like I said, per se orbit.
What
So
path do you
clearly,
think it's
this
taking?
we're
I'll help
still
you. I'll
seeing
help you.
revolutions.
A circuit around. Not orbit,
Yeah.
right?
So then why does it go below the horizon?
Because that's called light refraction. That's called perspective. We can talk about this. We can talk about
Oh
perspective.
dear. Oh, you're so
then
many
how
years
come-
out of date. It's unbelievable.
So then how come when I try to calculate its position to point a telescope at it, I don't have to use any of those things?
That's just how light works, mate.
Do you have anything to back up what you're saying?
Well, I
you
know
just
how
talking out your
the
ass?
science works. I know
He
how the
just
science
knows.
works.
He just knows.
He
I know how the
knows.
science works.
Guys,
He's
And
a
I can refer you to the experiments. I can refer you to the proof if you want it.
he's a Poe. My evaluation's complete.
Yeah,
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 he
he's
is. He's a
a
pro.
I appreciate
He's
it.
a
Now
pro.
let's find one. If you want to show your proof, let's look at something and anything that you got to present. Not these little memes with little loop-de-loop lines or a dome globe and because you made a little trick, make it look like reality. Therefore, let's see the proof, man. Go ahead. Share it in the Daily Boom.
Okay. Well, we can talk about light refraction here, and we can talk
Oh,
about.
you don't want to show the proof.
No, I could have to. I thought I had the images, but I have to go look them up real quick.
I hear goalposting. Get the goalpost shifter.
So I just thought I
I
wish
thought
I
you
had the
said-
images on me.
The experiment you said was proven by the
I
experiment.
do have the experiments, correct.
Right, let's see one.
We'll look up light refraction. Look up how light refraction
I need
works.
to
And
look
this,
it up now.
you gotta present your link, because when we look at light refraction, there are hundreds of years, hundreds of studies of books, and everything points to the Earth being a sphere. So you know that we have our sources of information. If you have a specific source of information, you gotta share that, bro. You have to. All right, perfect. He shares something perspective. Beeble, do you got access to that picture? This is the
Yeah,
perfect
you
time.
guys see it. Like, this is called 3D perspective. And does that image right there require a globe to see a vanishing point on the horizon? No. This is called basic dimensions.
So
Yeah,
the vanishing point must be in the horizon, right? Or could it be above the
correct.
horizon?
Uh-oh, that doesn't work.
Okay,
It doesn't, yeah.
if you're watching my screen share, can you explain this? What's going on here in this?
Whoops.
We see the horizon and we see the vanishing
Well,
point.
we'd hope that reality isn't as simple as a few diverging lines,
Oh,
right? There's got to be a little bit of difference to it, especially when you start cropping images like that and then implying that they're
What?
somehow the same. That image that you showed me is completely cropped, so of course you can like line up. Look at the lines that you've added up. Of course you're gonna have uneven lines because the image is cropped in itself.
cropped
What?
what? From left to right?
Where's
Oh,
it
Oh,
cropped?
you guys don't know how
I thought
okay.
we'd been
3D
through this
perspective,
already.
or you guys don't fucking know what it is.
Oh,
Earth is
white
flat.
And
knight,
what
white
has
knight.
been cropped out?
I thought we'd talked
The
about
image
it.
is cropped out.
Yeah, but Gerard just brought this picture, this image right here, and it just doesn't. This image doesn't agree with reality.
Yes, it
Would you
does.
like the original image, not cropped? Because it looks
I
Okay,
thought
the
we
same.
decided what we see as the horizon isn't the horizon. When we see a boat floating in midair,
Thank you.
we know the
we don't.
horizon is only apparent.
Yeah,
It's an
well,
optical effect
Yeah,
because the
we
boat
know
cannot
horizon's apparent
float
by
in midair.
definition.
We decided that the other day.
well, Brian,
The,
show
the
me a
real
boat floating
horizon,
above this
the
point.
real horizon is probably where your marks meet.
All right, I'm
Well
gonna
done.
share the original picture without lines, nothing. This is just one original snapshot, and there you go. That's a photograph, the original photograph. What did he do? He added lines to the original photograph, and there's an extra logo here. That's it. Look at
Now
that.
get the one where the tanker looks like it's floating
Oh,
in air.
let's not
No, no,
all
no,
this
no.
again for fuck's
We're
sake.
looking at this now. First, we can move on again. That's a different topic, Brian. We're talking about this, about this image.
Whatever you need.
It's the same topic. What we see as the horizon is only apparent. The horizon will be where your marks met.
You sure about that, Brian?
So the horizon.
Well, unless you're telling me tankers can hover 300 feet above the water, then no.
Okay, perfect. Now, Brian Mavitt, in this picture that the line has been added, the horizon will be up here. Oh, let's look at the original picture. Let's not look at that. In this picture, in this photograph, the horizon is not here where we see it, but actually it's gonna be like somewhere around here. Is that what you
Yes,
think?
well done.
Okay, well, thank you. Is that what you believe? Yeah, that's
This is what we're saying. What we see is only the apparent horizon. It's not the actual horizon.
What?
If we extend the runway all the way to the water, if we want to do this, now it's still not going to be in a point. It's in the horizon line, but it's not in a convergence point. The convergence point will be up here somewhere.
So, Brian, you say there is another horizon other than the one that we see that
No,
nobody
I'm
ever
saying
saw? That
Invisible
nobody ever saw?
I'm saying
we
the one
made the world.
The one we see is apparent, not the true horizon.
What do you mean true?
So the true horizon is invisible somewhere up here.
Put
Brian.
that picture up, Jose, of the boat floating in midair.
Yeah, we determined that picture was
And then
accurate.
tell me the horizon is where we're seeing it in the
No,
picture.
we're talking this photograph. If you want to play with the levels and adjust the levels and show me where the horizon is in this one, because I see it here. The other pictures, the pictures that you want me to share, when you tweak the levels, you can actually see the horizon. What we were seeing was not the actual horizon. The horizon was a different type of color, but you can still define it. This one, there's nothing here. This is the sky, and then the horizon is down here.
So we're not getting the same effect in this picture that we get in every other picture.
So
What
this
every
was
other?
another picture.
All right, there you go.
So where's the horizon here, Brian? Is it above the clouds?
We don't know because what we see is apparent.
Well, those are
Yeah, right.
clouds.
It's an optical illusion.
But Brian, those are clouds on the horizon.
Yeah, there you go.
It's an optical illusion.
So this optical illusion means that there could be a horizon way up here, but there's still going to be clouds in here because of optical illusion. That's your cop out, Brian?
It's not my cop out. You put the picture up last time.
I'm putting a
Boats
picture now over
cannot
here.
hover 300 feet above the water level. Impossible. We know that. We're not fucking stupid. Boats
You are.
cannot do that.
Kind of.
The colors were changed. The colors were changed in that picture, and the horizon is actually behind the boat.
If you took that boat out of the picture, you would think the horizon is where you see it. It's obviously not. It's where the boat is.
Okay, perfect. Now, for gullible people like you that just look at something and just say something out of your ass, maybe you will think that the horizon will be there. For somebody out of context, looking at the picture, I will investigate it more. I will change the levels. I said, maybe let's see if this is the actual horizon. And maybe there's no an actual horizon that look like the sky. And when you change the levels, you can actually see the horizon is way higher than what it appears to be here. That's not happening in these pictures, Brian, in the photograph of people. That's not happening. There's not a very faint blue line, slightly different, just something different. I don't see that here. If I change the labels, I'm not going to see an extra line up here in the air. In the other picture, the picture that you're pointing at, yes, you can actually see it. You don't even have to change the labels. You see a faint line over here. They say, wait a minute, there's something a little off. Let me adjust the labels and let's say like, yeah, there's actually the horizon is way higher. It's not what we see with our plain eyes. If I'm blind or gullible or just, I mean, like that, then I will say that the horizon will be right there without even questioning it. Is that what you do, Brian? You see something, you don't question it, and you go straight for the jugular. That's not good, man.
Okay, put it into an arts package and adjust the levels. Let's see if we get another horizon.
Have you just come in to derail us from talking to Gerald? Because if you have, well done, you succeeded.
Yeah,
Let's not mention Gerald. I think Brian is only taking you guys straight of the truth, correct? Brian, and I really appreciate your presence here. And trust me, you're not alone
well, of
in
course
the
you do,
truth.
because he's
Brian-
come in and he's white knighted for you, and he's changed his subject, and he's diverted.
No, it had
you
nothing to do with
your
me.
bollocks.
It had to do with what we know to be true.
No, you don't. You believe.
We know. We can show it to you.
We don't believe. We don't
I'm
be
wondering-
lying.
Oh yeah, you know, but you can't show it.
Yeah, we're going nowhere. I'm wondering where would the horizon be in this photograph, Brian? Because you're the one who think there's an extra horizon. So
Thank you, Jose. For asking the questions.
I don't know,
That
mate.
keeps the
I don't know any
conversation
of the
going.
Oh, shut up.
I don't know any of the circumstances. That could just be a wave that's just in front of us for all I know.
Nice. Good.
Wave.
You know,
This is a guy who thinks he can analyse photographs, and you think that's a wave. Right.
that could be just a swell then, not a wave, a swell. And we know if we put our finger in front of our eye, we can block the sun out. That doesn't
Well,
mean
if I
the sun's
stand in
bigger
front of
than
the wall, I
the
can't see what's
sun.
on the other side of it. Well done, mate. Yeah. What does
Well,
that
we know
prove?
it's not.
There's no depth. You got no way of analysing.
Yeah.
Well, that's one frame out of a video, which runs a
that's
minute
not good,
or
man.
two, which I can provide if you want to see that, and then you can see it's not a swell.
We'll put the video up there.
Well, I'll be glad to, Brian.
Oh, thank you.
Glad you asked. Shout out to Blue. All right, we are in the second, getting into the second hour of the show. The show will be roughly 3 hours or less, but roughly 3 hours. For those who haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so. I see 50 people over here watching, but only 28 thumbs up. We can do a little bit better. We're having fun here. We got a diverse panel, so we got different points of view. Let's try to keep it the less personal as possible and try to talk about the topics. I know we're gonna disagree, but let's try not to talk over people, and let's have some fun. Let's not be too hyped up about the topic. I blame myself. I get a little too hyped up sometimes, and I interrupt a little bit. So I'm gonna try to avoid that. All right, the video is up. And okay, it is on a time.
That actually looks like pretty.
I'm gonna mute it because of the little bit of the music in the background. All right.
Right, I've posted that image in the chat.
Yeah, but I'm showing. I hope you're looking at this video because you asked for it. At least, if you want to address it or not, I mean that's up to you. But you asked for something; it's been provided. What do you think about this now? I'm gonna post it right here. This is pretty much the screenshot that it was shared. Is this a wave then? You insist?
It doesn't look like an angry sea to me.
Brian, just say no. It wasn't a wave. Just be honest and say no, because we're all looking at it.
I don't know. I didn't know where it was from. Let me have a look. I've just he's posted it in the.
Click on my screen share. Click on my screen share. I'm sharing it. I'm playing.
Didn't recognize the black swan.
It's on pause, but it's going to start moving right now. Tell me
Hold
if this.
on, I've started it in chat. Hold on, let me stop it in chat.
All right. And the original video is in the description box. Big Blue posted it. You can watch it on your own, but I'm sharing it right now. There's not going to be difference of seeing it here on your own. More quality, yes, but you're not going to, because you got more quality, you're not going to see an extra wave that doesn't exist, There's no wave right here.
That's a pretty flat ocean.
It's a very flat ocean.
Yeah, there you go. Then what's going on here? Where's the horizon then in this picture? That was the original question.
I don't know, mate. It could be anywhere.
He doesn't know.
This is the problem.
It couldn't be
What we're seeing is only apparent. It's not physical.
Is where
hold on, guys. Hold on. A simple question, Brian. Could this be the horizon where it appears to be right here? I hope you say yes.
Optically, yes. That's the optical.
I'm saying there's no way of checking where it is.
Exactly. That's an optical illusion.
This is why
everything has to be some
This
sort
is
of
why I
illusion.
will not use images.
Well, Brian, we
Because
know where those oil platforms are, Brian. We know how far away. That one's 6 miles away, and the other one's 9
Doesn't mean
miles.
anything.
So the horizon is clearly in front of both of them.
Yeah, well, it does appear to be. I agree with you, but that doesn't mean it's there. Just like that boat is hovering 300 foot in the air, that doesn't mean the boat's hovering 300 foot in the air.
There's no boat.
The horizon isn't where we're seeing it.
There's no boat hovering 300 feet in the air in this video. We don't have any refractive conditions that are causing things like that.
Is that something?
It's not there. Now, do we know exactly where that horizon is? No, we don't. But we do know exactly where those oil rigs are. So we know that the horizon is somewhere between 0 and 6 miles because it's in front of the closer platform.
Yeah, but on another day, it's way beyond them.
But on any day, if the Earth were flat, how would that horizon ever appear in front of any distant object? It can't.
Amen.
What do you mean it can't?
There is no way for the horizon on a flat Earth to appear in front of a distant object. It would always have to be behind it. Always.
Incorrect.
No, not incorrect, sir.
No, because there's a difference between subjective and objective. So when you start asking stupid questions like that, you're just
Stupid
do you get
question.
my point?
When you start making stupid statements like that, you're about to get your
That's
ass
not
handed
a,
to you.
no,
What's going to
because
happen?
you don't know the difference between objective and subjective. We don't
I don't
believe
need an English
when
enough
we
to
say
talk
when
about
we
that.
say flat Earth, we mean that the horizon is always flat and level, according to perception and consciousness. We don't mean that there is objectively this flat Earth with an edge. You see what I mean? It's all just a big hologram. This is when you start asking the questions. If you want to be a wank off about it, it's just not like
No, I
that.
don't
Like
think the
when
name
it says
calling
there
is.
is illusions, there's refraction, and there is holograms,
I
and
really
there's a
don't think
reason why we
that's needed.
see
All right, Gerald,
this
wrap it up.
dilemma.
You gotta let the other people speak. We cannot go on and on and on forever.
No, apparently all this guy wants to do is name call. I
I
don't
didn't
really.
name call you, did I? Did I name call you?
Yeah, I believe you did.
What did I say about you?
I think you called me a wanker, didn't you?
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, well, yeah, you're the one that said it, my friend, not me.
And you don't
take it too seriously.
All right, I gotta do a big shout out to Robert Gillis because Robert Gillis has sent me a super sticker on PayPal. You rock it, and he sent me $6.66 for the sardines causing a tsunami. Hell Hydra! Shout out to Robert Gillis for the 666.
But do you get my point? Like, we know where you're coming from when we say about the flat Earth, and that's why I like to say there is a difference between objectivity and subjectivity. That's why we see these illusions, and that's why we see, like I say, the double toroid, things like this. If you want to read the definition for subjectivity and objectivity, there's a big difference, and I think it's very relative to the conversation we're having at hand, especially in terms of senses and optics in general. No. When we say flat Earth, what we mean is subjective flat. We don't mean objective flat because there's no such thing as objective at all. The objective is what we share, but objectivity is always different. Objectivity is always dependent on the subjectivity. No. And that's what makes it all code. And that's how I see it. That's how I see any sensible person who knows anything about science should see it. Anything.
Well, I would say that objectively, the photograph we just looked at, the horizon is clearly in front of the two oil rigs. That means it's somewhere between 0 and 6 miles.
Okay, but why is the photograph different with every lens? How it's taken on, however the lens receives the image, you're going to have a different picture. So therefore, there's no such thing as an objective image, right?
All right, I got an objective image here. This is the image that Brian wanted to share. One of the images. So let's look at one.
Let's have a look.
And he say nobody knows. You see, everybody will say that the horizon is down here where the dark blue water is, and the boat will be floating. That's what Brian think people will say. I will look at this image and I will say no, because I'm gonna look at the boat and I'm gonna look even in small screen like this. I see a little faint line over here. I mean, something is going on. Something is off. So I know that definitely the horizon not necessarily have to be here because I see a faint line. This might be the real horizon. Let me adjust the levels and do a quick adjustment. And when you adjust the levels, you can see that you can definitely see the horizon line where the boat is. The boat is actually just sitting on the horizon line. You can see it with your bare eyes in a small image like this.
Right.
When you maximize the image and fix the tones, you can see it a lot better. Boom.
And I think we understand why this phenomena happens.
Yes.
So if we take that boat out of the picture, where would you assume that the horizon is?
We'll be speculating.
And
we'll be playing something that is just don't have anything to do with anything. We can talk about it for hours. What if? What could be? Maybe this, and let's not talk about that. Let's try to move forward and not stay stuck in a probability that it didn't happen because we got the boat here, bro.
Let me respond to that. So, Brian, I agree with that. Without a reference, I would think that the horizon is right there where the water stops without a reference. But we do have a reference in there, and we have the boat. So we know the boat's not floating above the water, right? So we can say, okay, well, there must be some sort of atmospheric phenomena going on, making it look like the boat is floating.
Yes, totally agree with you. Now, what's saying you are looking at an empty horizon and you're not getting the same phenomena without a boat in sight?
So, like I just said, the reference is the boat, right? If it wasn't there, I would say, okay, horizon is where the water stops. But in other images, we know that we see things actually on the horizon. So we know that the horizon is right where the water stops and the object starts. It's not anywhere else. It's right where we're looking.
Good times, man. I got
So
sushi.
again, you mean you can point to these anomalies and think that, oh, because this happens, now every single horizon is similar to this one in this photo, which just isn't true, Ryan. This isn't
It
true.
is true.
No, I'm not saying it is true. I'm saying it could be true.
Yeah,
It's
in
the
this
principle.
with these phenomena, yes.
If we see this happening with a boat that is giving us a perfect reference to the water level, if we see the same image without that boat, you would assume that the horizon is where we're seeing it.
Yeah, we understand why this happens, Brian.
Yes,
It's a
I know,
phenomenon in
but
the
if you
atmosphere.
haven't got a reference point, you don't know it's happening.
Probably not. But we're not trying to trick each other here with out of context pictures. We're looking at the full picture, Brian.
Yeah.
We don't try to do any tricks over here. You do.
Yeah, you're looking at this and thinking, oh, well, this must be happening everywhere all the time.
Yeah.
So every horizon.
I don't do playing tricks over here, man.
We watched that Skunk Bay video last week, didn't we? And within minutes, the whole view changes with the weather conditions within minutes, and definitely within hours.
Yeah, we agree, but we don't. Because that happens because we understand what's going on at that location with the temperature.
Then you will point at a horizon and say, "How's this boat going over it?" When actually that horizon might not be where you're fucking pointing.
Brian, again, I'm going to say this again. We understand what's going on in the horizon to make that happen.
But you don't know whether it's going on or not.
That doesn't happen everywhere on Earth. Did you see the picture I just posted recently with the clouds?
How can you say it's not going on or whether it's going on unless you've got something to reference it against, like this tanker?
Because if it was going on everywhere, right, then you would every place where you would have some sort of reference, there would always be a gap in between the object and and their horizon, right? Like every time I took a picture over water, right, there would be a gap between the buildings and the horizon. It would look like the buildings were floating, right? Every time I took a picture like that, that's what it would look like. But we have examples where that's not happening, where we see objects actually on the horizon, like this photo right here. The oil rigs are on the horizon, and one of them is behind the horizon.
Yes,
actually, more behind the horizon.
Same image with the
They're not floating
horizon
above.
dozens of miles behind the furthest one.
Yeah, because we understand what's going on. We know that refraction makes
So
that happen.
how can you use these as reference points when for the horizon when it changes.
I'm not going to say that they're. I'm not going to say
That'd
it
be
again.
like
We understand
using
what's
a
going on.
measuring
We
stick
understand
that's made
how
out of
refraction
elastic.
works.
You
We
can't
understand
do
how
it.
refraction works through the atmosphere, Brian. That's it.
You don't know what it's doing.
All right, perfect. Let's move on. We need to hit the like, man. 36 thumbs up, which is not that bad, but hey, we can do a little bit better. We got a super chat by Leo for $2. Thank you, Leo. Leo is asking Brian, how do we take an object out of a picture? You say if the boat was not there, how do we take that out of the picture?
You film a bit of the sea with no objects in it, Leo. Quite easy.
So for people that take photograph, if I want to go to the beach, I just take some pictures of the horizon and then I take some pictures of the boat. Even though I probably couldn't give a fuck of taking pictures of just the plain horizon and I would just want to see the boats and take pictures of the boats. These photographers, these people just go to take pictures of boats and cool stuff. They don't want to take people of just emptiness. I mean, you got to count on what you would like to do versus what happens in reality, Brian.
So that's why we posted that image earlier with the image I took with the two runways, right? To show that that vanishing point does not meet at the horizon like flat earthers would think. And there's more examples of that. I think I have several pictures of where this same effect, where you have lines on the ground like roads, and those lines do not meet at the horizon. Unless you're really, really close to the horizon, yeah, you see that. But when you're high above the ground and there's parallel lines on the ground, those lines will not meet at the horizon. Why? Because the surface they're on is not flat.
Big shout out to everyone for checking in. 50 plus people watching and a bunch of people over here on Discord. If anybody want to ask question, comment, concerns, where is Gerard, right? His name? He gone. Gerard, if you are listening in the background around, thank you for coming and come back anytime, man. It was fun. Farmer's Boy got pissed off with you, but it's okay. It was fun.
Oh, when it's that bad that you think, welcome back, Brian Leakey. I mean, I have. I mean, once he because I thought I'd heard him before, and then when he changed his name, I thought, yeah, I have heard him before, and he's just some, tripping off his tits weirdo.
Oh, that's right.
But there you go.
Yeah, this horizon is there's people with the contending and contentions about the horizon, which I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
The problem is that the horizon, by definition, is apparent.
Yeah.
The sky isn't. If you're looking out to sea, the sky isn't touching the water. We know that by definition, it's apparent. It's where the sea appears to meet the sky. But that's because we're looking across a tangent across a curved surface.
If you go forward to about 27 minutes and 42 seconds, Jose, you'll see a section of this on a different day where even more of those platforms are obscured. And a little boat comes into view left, which is close to the horizon. You'll see it. That actually looks.
Yeah. All right. Let me go forward. Yes, just a little bit. There you go. Up on screen right
Yeah,
now.
this is the. That's. There you go.
Yeah, no.
Keep watching.
Crazy.
Watch the little boat on the left. See that?
Yeah, man. It's in the
Nothing's
horizon.
floating above
the
above the surface.
Brian, what do you think, man? When you see an image like this, like we are observing this thing right here. You say like, "Dude, it's blocked big time." Brian might say, "We don't know what the horizon is. Maybe a lot higher." Then how in the world then we got a boat sitting in what we see is the horizon? Go ahead, man.
Put the image up I've just put in chat then.
It's gonna be a small quality. I mean, little quality, but I'll put it up. Let me go a few frames forward so we can get the full boat. There you go. I'm gonna put this image here. Take a screenshot. It's not the best quality, so we'll see. There you go, and screenshot. Shot.
That ain't me.
It is on the Daily Boom.
Put the image I've just put in.
So he wanted. So what he did was he added the boat.
Oh yeah.
The problem is, Brian. That boat is that now. That boat is actually floating in the air.
Yes.
Yes, damn, Brian. How dishonest you gotta be to manipulate an image like
Well,
this?
you got to lie to fluff.
I lined up the sea level, and look what happened. The
How
boat ended up exactly where your red lines were, which would be the proper horizon.
You gotta love it.
You gotta be kidding, Brian.
Some ironic. I don't even know where to start.
What's the problem?
Magnificent stuff.
How do you know that is not what you're seeing?
It's not.
Because that note was not in the picture that we were looking at, Brian. You've added it.
This is CGI.
Anybody can Photoshop
To
this
give
shit.
you so you can envisage what you're actually looking at.
Envisage.
The horizon line is probably not where we see it.
Oh, so you think again? So you think that this is happening. This a phenomenon is happening everywhere.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying, bro?
Well done.
Okay. Right. Okay. Let's try something else then.
Good stuff.
You know,
man.
Brian, this is exactly what you told earlier. We need points of reference. This is exactly why.
Yes.
I'm gonna post the two original pictures right here. Okay, we got let me see.
So where is the point of reference?
Okay, I got something here, right? All of this began. Let me shut this down. All of this began because earlier, this is what we are told perspective should work like. The vanishing point should go to the up to the horizon. This is what we're. This perspective, you know, up to the horizon.
Okay.
In real life, in reality, we observe. We got a photograph of here. We follow the landscape the wrong way, but we got the convergence point. The vanishing point is way above the horizon. Brian Mavet say like, oh, there might be an extra horizon because of observations like this. Even though with my bare eyes and I'm almost blind, I can see that the horizon is a little light blue over here and the horizon is higher. So what Brian did is he matched up the two images, Beeble's image and this image from the internet, and Brian have created the what?
Do you know what you're doing?
Brian created this. There you go. Go ahead.
It's not rocket science, is it?
All right. Brian, what's your on, Jose?
Sorry, Beeble.
I can't even see.
I'm still sharing Brian image with the two.
Oh, okay. Well, I posted two more images. You could. I want. Excuse me. Where would the boat be on these images?
Where are you? In the chat.
Where's the horizon on the image with the building with the one building?
My screen share. You should see the hovering mouse, the little plus sign. I'm hovering it where I think the horizon is. and this is what I think the boat will be. But that question is for Brian. He might say a different location.
All right, I gotta drop and rejoin. I can't even see.
You might tell me higher or lower, Brian. If you see
I
my
don't
screen
know,
share.
mate. This is what I'm saying. We don't know. We don't know the effects that the atmosphere is doing. We cannot,
How come the
in
building
any way, shape,
isn't
or form,
floating?
predict what effect the atmosphere will be having because
So,
we
so
don't
how
know.
come the building isn't floating, Brian?
Because it's not on the water's surface, believe it or not.
Right. So the same effect in your boat image is not the same thing that's going on here, right?
The boat is on the water's surface. We know that.
Yes, we
The
know that. Yeah.
natural horizon here could be halfway up the building. It
Really?
might well be at the bottom of the building.
Really?
This, what you are looking at, is an optical effect, and you have to get
Due
that
to
into
what?
your heads.
Due to what? What's due to what? It's an optical
Due
effect.
to the
Optical effect due to
atmosphere
what?
distorting what you are looking at,
So like a little bit of refraction, right?
like a little bit of distortion.
And
Just
and do
look at
you,
the size of the windows on the very bottom of the apartment
and yeah. So
compared to the one, even the one above it. They're all different sizes, and that's because the different layers of atmosphere are affecting them differently.
exactly. So if we change something like, I don't know, the temperature of the water to be a lot different than the temperature of the air, do you think it'd be even more of an effect?
I don't know. It could have
Yes
adverse
or no?
effect. I honestly don't
Yeah,
know.
it absolutely would. It absolutely would. We would get more of it, more of a weird refractive.
I mean, temperature just changes things.
Yeah.
All right. I hope
So
you
we
still. I hope
understand.
you're still watching. Hold on, Brewell. I hope you're still watching my screen share because I would like to ask you, where do you want me to put this boat? Wherever you think
Is
the
that what
horizon is.
you've been doing?
Yeah, whatever you think the horizon is. Do you think the boat should be here? Do you think the boat should be? I mean, it could be lower anywhere in here. But where can I stop? Where do you think the horizon should be? Could it be higher than this, than what it is? Do you think I could put the boat in here and this will be legit? And do you think the horizon is all the way up here? Brian, that's for you, for real. Do you think the
I'm
boat,
thinking. I honestly don't know, mate. It could be either. It could be higher or lower, depending on the effects of the day.
if the boat was sitting on the horizon, you think the boat could be sitting here and all this extra from here and above is just an illusion and it's just a,
I
we
wouldn't
just
say
see
that.
it.
I'd go up a bit. Go up. There's a bit of a green mark that there.
Yeah, stay roughly
No,
around here because I
maybe
see a little bit of a
down,
waviness somewhere around here.
just slightly down. Yeah. Yeah, that
The-
could be the natural right, the truer right. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, let's go with this. Could be the natural horizon. Now, do you know that this building right back here is missing roughly the bottom half? This building should be
it's
twice as
not.
high,
It's
twice as
not
many
because if
stories,
it was missing the bottom half, it would have collapsed by now.
twice as many stories of what we see here.
It's not missing the bottom half.
There's an entire airport out there too.
Yeah, there's a whole airport down here somewhere. There's land, there's airport, there's a bunch of housing, and a bunch of floors of this building are not seen because water is here somewhere, somehow blocking it. And we were asking, wow, what is it?
Who knows? But that boat proves 100% that the horizon isn't where we assume it to be.
But it's not gonna be up here somewhere.
Well,
It's
you
going to be
say that,
roughly in the
but
same position.
it was in that position in the picture you dragged it out of.
Because it appeared to be way above what we saw in that picture. Do you think it could be way up here in this picture? Somewhere? Maybe here?
Maybe on top of put it on top of the building.
Maybe up here? Yeah.
Maybe it's sat on top of the building. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Could have got beached there on a big high tide.
I just posted another picture. The building on the right is the building we're looking at. I just posted a different picture. Then this is from behind that building. So the building on the right is the building we're looking at.
Yes, but you see, the problem is, and this is your big major stumbling block.
There's no stumbling
For
block,
you
Brian.
to have
Not
this
stumbling
water
anywhere.
higher than the building, you have got to have a measurable curvature. That you
Yeah, I
have
think
not
that's what we're
got.
looking at.
All
I think
you
that's
have
what we're
got
looking
is
at, though.
no, you've got an observation. Now, to back that up, you need a measurement of at least 8 inches per mile squared.
The
which you
measurement.
have not got.
We got a
Now, if you
measurement.
want to keep living
I'll give you-
alive and believing that an observation, which you know is distorted by the atmosphere, proves something when it doesn't.
Brian,
Brian, are you looking?
Look at this. This is a measurement. We got the building right here. Now we got a control image of the building. You say it's not missing anything. We're missing a lot of floors down to the ground. Look how big this building. Look how many floors is
So
missing.
where was the picture taken from? Where was the video taken from?
Bibo, what is it? From this? From way over
No,
here?
it's the
or
other
from-
side. It's the other
from
direction.
oh yeah. Like
So
like
okay.
How
I'm gonna
far
tell you.
away?
So wait, hold on. Let me talk to Jose. So you see that building on the far right? Look,
Yes.
go far right. Not that one. The one behind it. Right there. So you see the top corner of that building?
Right.
That's right around there is where I took the picture from. All the way out that way.
All the way out in the other side. Right.
Yeah.
And this is what and we got a few of the
Yes.
buildings.
So where's that land that we could see just at the corner of the building?
I don't know.
This land.
Hey,
here?
All that land on the bottom?
On the water, poor souls. Everybody got drowned. Everybody drowned.
It's a great question,
You see
Brian.
what I
Where is
mean?
all that land?
You're using images to assume there's a curvature, which is
No.
totally wrong. Images are distorted by the atmosphere.
Look at
We
that.
all know that. It's a well-known fact. You should not use them as a measurement.
So Jose, go
It
back.
is
Slow down.
only
Slow down.
An observation. Now, if you have curvature
No, other way.
ahead of you, you should have curvature to the
Okay.
left and right of you as well.
Take it
Which
down
you
a little
have
bit.
got.
Stop right there. Stop.
So
Right there. Go up.
you need a measurement of your curvature first. Then we'll work out
Hold on.
what the heck it is we're living on.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
This is the building, Brian, right here.
That's the one.
See? Oh, I lost it again. But this is it. This is the downtown from further away, not zooming all the way.
And
And
of
then we
course,
just zoom in.
you've got a problem whereby if you are looking for the sea to drop away from your viewing point, it should always be lower. And it's not. It is always.
The building is low. The building is
higher.
lower though.
But the sea
The
isn't.
building
The
is
sea is
lower.
supposed to be dropping away.
The building's dropped away.
And so should the sea.
Brian, can you see the
has.
horizon? Can you see the horizon in that photo?
The other reason is you need a hump in the middle to block it. Now,
Brian,
water
Brian.
ramp up
Looking
into
at
a
it.
hump to block
No
building.
hump in the middle, Brian.
It's physically
Right.
impossible.
Brian,
It
the
is
water,
only an optical effect
the
that
water,
you
the water is.
have convinced
water-
yourself it's
Brian,
proof of
Brian,
curvature and
you
it's
got to
not.
wrap up. You're ranting for a little bit, Brian. Sorry.
Brian,
Go
the,
ahead.
Brian, the water surface is departing from horizontal downward, all the way away from you, from the point from wherever you're standing. That water is dropping down away from, departing from a horizontal line.
And
Always. There's no hump.
How does it make a hump in front of you then?
It doesn't. There is no hump, Brian.
There is no
There's never
hump.
been a hump.
Can I
Nobody.
quote you on
You are
that?
the only guys that claim there's a hump.
Yeah, you imagine
Stop
a hump in your
claiming that.
mind, Brian.
No,
You
no,
imagine-
no.
There's
A
no
hump
hump.
would mean
They
that
never
means
say there's a hump.
a hump would be a
this last
change in
time.
elevation, Brian.
Bob and Alice, we went through
And
this
is
last
what
time.
they said on Soundless Bridge that there was a 38-meter hump in the middle.
No,
That's
that's
the way
not what
he.
it
There
said.
That's the way
isn't.
he said it.
No,
It's
Brian.
physically impossible.
No, Brian. Nobody claims there's a hump in the bridge. Nobody claims that.
No?
I showed you that last time, Brian.
Let me get you that video
Seriously.
where he says there's a hump in the middle of 38 feet, for fuck's sake.
Well, that's just the way he
Brian,
put it.
that's the
Keep
sad
going
stuff,
over
Brian.
this.
Let's be correct about this. if you connect the starting point or the north end of the bridge to the south end of the bridge with an imaginary chord line, that will have a sagitta in the center of it because the Earth is curved, and that sagitta is about 90 feet. That's not a hump.
That's not a hump. So from your position, looking out, there is no hump in front of you.
No, just a horizon that blocks you. And
Just
that's what
the
you see.
horizon.
And that's what you see. And all of the pictures that are made down low, close to the water at
Unfortunately, for it to
you don't see the far shore. You can't see the far shore.
From your advantage point, it has got to have a hump.
No,
and it
doesn't have
hasn't.
a hump.
Because
this isn't even a week ago, Brian. Seriously.
What they've done to you.
No, it shows that you're just unwilling to listen to reason. There's no such hump.
Look at Bob. He's looking up over a hump. And so
he's looking at Alice here.
Which way is down to Bob? Hey, Brian, in this model, which way would down be as far as Bob is concerned?
Well, let's do it the other way.
Which
let's
way?
Say Bob and Alice.
Which way would down be compared to for Alice? Which way would down be for Alice?
Let's look.
Which direction?
Let's take this. Now, Alice is looking at Bob across a 20-mile stretch of water, right? Let's say it's a lake. She's seeing water drop down at 8 inches per mile squared to the middle, which would be 10 miles is 66 feet. Bob is looking at Alice, and his water is dropping down 66 feet. So we've now got a holler in the middle of 66 feet.
Brian, answer the question. Which way is down for each of them?
Impossible.
Which way is down for Bob?
Physically impossible.
Tell me which way down.
The only way you can do it is have a hump in the middle.
Why can't you answer the question? Which way is down?
Down is the same direction for all of us.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. Sorry.
Yes, it is.
No,
Which way is it on the globe? Which way is it on the globe
Brian.
model, Brian?
Here, I'll give you
on the globe model.
Else
On the
your
globe
front
model.
horizon would flip over, and it doesn't.
There you
Your
go.
artificial horizon does not ever flip over.
What?
Does
I would
it?
tell Bob that he's looking up.
You
and
know
he thinks
that,
he's looking down.
and I know that. Down is down, the same for everybody.
No, it's not the same direction. For
Yes, it is.
How do you know, Brian?
Brian.
Because no
You
artificial
got to get this out of
horizon
your head, Brian.
ever flipped over.
You've
Brian,
been
are you
brainwashed,
seeing my
Brian.
screen share? Look at my screen share, Bob. Blue, is this cool?
What are you doing?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
What is Bob? This is Bob.
Yeah,
That looks
right.
flat.
What is Bob looking at? What is Bob looking towards?
Well, he's not looking at nothing because Alice is behind a mound of frigging water.
Okay, but
He's
right
not
now,
looking
Bob
at- yeah.
standing straight up. Let's say, he's a little tweaked, but Bob is looking straight, right? What is he standing on? Flat surface?
Oh, dear.
And he's looking down, right? Bob is looking down. And if we continue to watch where he's observing, look, he's starting to curve down. See? Down. See? And it actually does appear for him to be standing in a flat surface, even though to scale, this represents a few thousand miles across, a few thousand miles. And it still look kind of flat. But when you look outside, look, oh, he's standing in a big sphere looking down, Brian, down. There's no
That's a
hump
good one, Jose.
between here or here.
That short line is the horizon.
Eh?
That short line there is the horizon. That's
Yeah,
sticking up
and
from
then
the earth. Yeah.
This will
That
be the
would
horizon.
give you a geometric horizon.
Yep.
We don't
Yeah.
have a
Okay.
geometric horizon.
There wouldn't be an apparent
No
horizon
one's
without a
ever said
geometric
we've got
horizon,
a
Brian.
geometric horizon.
Brian, there wouldn't be an apparent
geometric horizon. All your
Brian?
quotes. We don't
There
have
wouldn't be a
geometric horizon.
Brian, there wouldn't be a geometric horizon without an apparent horizon.
We've just proved the horizon isn't where we think it is.
And vice
We've just
versa.
done that with that boat floating midair.
And vice versa, there wouldn't be an apparent
And
horizon
it just
without
so
a
happened
geometric
that
horizon.
your red lines actually fitted it perfectly. So
Brian,
maybe
that's why-
the horizon is not anywhere near where we think it is.
That's why I don't use pictures like that to see where the horizon is. We don't use pictures without points of reference. So that picture is worthless without the boat. We don't use that.
Exactly.
Right. But you look at an image without a boat floating, you assume that's the horizon line when it might not be.
That's why we
It
don't
could be
use photos with that,
hundreds, if
like
not
that.
thousands of feet above it. It could be hundreds of feet below it. It could be just an optical illusion you're looking at.
Yeah, that's why we don't use it. That's why you use photos like B-Ball here, because he has some points of reference behind it.
We have seen many videos of people zooming in on boats that allegedly have gone over a curve, and they haven't, because if something's gone round a corner, you cannot zoom in on it.
Correct.
Yeah, that's because it hasn't gone far enough. Try again.
So.
And the picture and the videos you're looking at are bad quality, so when you zoom out, of course, the boat disappears. So if you look at this picture right here, how come when we look at the Pontchartrain Bridge, it doesn't look like this? It doesn't look flat.
You're looking at an optical effect.
But if it's supposed to be flat, it should look similar to this.
We can get no, it isn't. Just like that boat doesn't float in mid-friggin' air. It's curved through optics.
So it's supposed to look curved because it's flat.
They would never build a bridge that fucking shape.
So so you're saying it looks curved, but it's actually flat. But it's curved because of optics. Oh, it looks curved, but it's actually flat.
Done. You're getting there.
Oh, okay. So the Earth appears to be curved, but it's not actually.
Exactly. The only measurements you have are of the distortion that we witness every day of the week.
Actually, that's not true, Brian. We've got real measurements of this bridge you're looking at.
Yeah, flat.
And when we plot those measurements, we find that bridge has a curvature which matches 6,400 kilometers roughly.
Do you want me to go through their 3 coplanar points with you?
No, we don't do preaching over here, Brian.
No, they found 3 coplanar points, which means coplanar. They're all on the plane surface, level, flat surface.
Vertical plane, Brian, not a horizontal plane. You got plane mixed up with plane, Brian.
And then he added the Earth's curvature to it, and he admits to doing it.
Brian, and it's not 3 measurements, Brian. It's about 3,000.
No, he took 3.
Yes, I've got 3,000.
He took 3.
He took a total of 7,000, Brian.
In the middle,
do you want to see them? I'll show you all 7,000 of the damn measurements. Do you want to see them? I'll show them to you.
I also
hold on. Be right back.
Flat as a witch's tit.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Jose.
I gotta give a quick shout out. People, welcome to 5 years ago arguments. Well, you know what? I got an opinion on that. Remember when 5, 6, 7 years ago, flat Earth was a new thing and everybody was going into it and debunking and talking about the flat Earth and presenting evidence? Well, we still present the same thing than 5, 6, 7 years ago because it's the same thing. There's nothing new. So, I mean, what's new in flat Earth? Nothing. We still got to present the same thing over and over because they just don't get it. Boom.
I tell you one thing, Jose. This was 3 or 4 days ago. Exactly the same thing with Brian. I showed him these pictures and photos and models. Exactly the same thing just a few days ago.
Yeah, we don't see anything new coming out of flat Earth. We see the black swan, and that's been pretty much it since then. We don't see any more long distance observations. We don't see any more laser tests.
Nothing new, man.
Nothing. But me, I could go out to the beach right now and show you a boat being obscured by the horizon, or I could show you buildings being obscured by the horizon. I could do that right now.
Yes, it's an optical effect. For fuck's sake!
Again,
magic,
Brian, just make one thing clear, Brian. That photo with that ship up in the air, we don't use that for anything. That's worthless. And when you have photos or observations with distortions, we don't use that. It's worthless. We use sharp images where you have something in the background to compare with, without these distortions, or a minimal of distortions. That's
How
it.
do you know it's got no distortions?
You see it in the background.
Is it further than it should be, nearer than it should be, higher than it should be, lower than it should be?
It's a crisp,
Are any
clear
of them
photo with something in the background.
checkable? Can you test that? No, you can't. It's
Just
ridiculous.
jump in.
And if you know anything about photography, you should know
Yeah,
this.
I do.
I know
Actually,
you
I do.
All right, so Brian, you were saying earlier that because some engineering stuff had the word plane in it, then flat Earth, right? Is that right?
We build, construct, erect everything to level. Everything. There is nothing that has ever been built that has taken in 8 inches mile drop of Earth's curvature. Nothing.
Except for certain buildings and certain bridges.
Nothing
Okay.
has ever
That
been
wasn't really an
taken
answer
in
to my
one level.
question,
How
so I'm
can
just going to go
you
off
get
of
a reference
the
point to a
impression that I
curved
got at the
surface?
time, which was
It
yes.
is ridiculous. We have to have a datum point which we know to be level and flat.
Brian, did you answer a
Hold on.
different question, your own question? Because you didn't answer his question.
Denial isn't debunking, Brian.
Ask my own question. What?
I think
He
there's
asked
a
you a
gentleman that
question.
was asked you a question.
Yeah, he asked you a question and you just answered a different question, not what he asked.
Sorry, what was your
So,
question?
because some engineering stuff had the word plane in it, that means flat Earth. Is that what I'm understanding from the bridge conversation?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wow.
So by that logic, then you were talking about snow globes earlier, so globe Earth, right?
I wasn't.
That's
I wasn't.
it's the same logic. Is that not?
I
Does that
wasn't
not work?
talking about snow globes.
I
wasn't-
remember.
I wasn't in on that
Well,
conversation.
maybe that was someone else.
That's the other guy earlier today.
Ah, fair
No
enough.
globe. Yeah.
Okay, so the other guy then thinks it's a globe Earth then.
Yeah, definition is everything.
I believe our atmosphere to be no more than a density tower. We've got the most
fair.
dense mediums down here, going up to a lesser dense, into a point where there is no medium.
He said atmosphere. It's a sphere. Thank you.
Atmosplane, then.
Damn, you did.
Atmosplane, if you want to be pedantic.
The S is in sphere, so it's atmoplane. No S there. It's atmoplane.
You've been
Atmoplane.
exposed, Brian. You've been
Whatever you want to
exposed.
call it. We all know
Atmosphere.
if we put gas or liquids out, they form a level surface. We know that. We've seen the bottoms of clouds be perfectly flat and level for dozens and dozens of miles to the sides of us, to ahead of us, behind us. We've all
And
seen
illuminated. And illuminated from the
From the
bottom.
underside.
Love it.
Brian, is a bottle of water a density tower?
I would imagine it is.
Could
I
be
would
wild.
imagine the more denser
I'm sure you
water
would.
be at the bottom than the less dense water at the top. And,
Right.
and that can just be heat, can't it? If you warm water, it gets less dense.
Never mind heat now. Just water, same temperature, all the way.
If
Is
it's
it a
all the
density
same,
tower?
if it's all the same temperature and the same density, then it would just, it'd all be of the same density.
So there's no density tower in the bottom.
Yes, there is, because we don't have a situation where we don't have temperature variance, do
Wait.
we? Or do you,
We
in
have,
your fantasy world, have that such thing?
so we have water that are dense and we have water that are not dense.
What do you think about Atmos Dome, Brian? Atmos Dome had a good ring to it, man.
I just believe we run out of anything to propel ourselves with.
Whose fault is that? I'm just asking.
Whose fault is it? I don't
I
know.
think
who
it's yours.
told us that?
What?
He said, "Who told us that?"
Whose fault
wait.
is that?
Yeah, where did you wait? I mean, you're just talking nonsense again, Brian. But that's all you're here to do anyway. So
Okay. Let's look at it. Does lighter gases go upwards?
Nope.
No.
You think all the heavy gases are down here near the Earth's surface, do you?
I think they're all stirred up by the temperature variance.
How?
So the mixture of air on top of Mount Everest is different than is here, right?
Yes, so that is a different layer.
Nope.
Yes.
So up there is all helium,
Less
and down
dense.
here is all carbon dioxide.
Less
Sure.
dense. This is why clouds, have a look at any set of clouds that have got a flat bottom that are resting obviously on a denser layer. It's not rocket science. You're making it rocket science, but it's not.
What's the mixture of air down here? Like 20% oxygen and
gases that make up
29%
air,
nitrogen.
and that creates the density that air is. But even in air, different temperatures, as we know with a hot air balloon, change. It gets less dense and wants to take the balloon upwards. We know that. We've seen hot air balloons rise, even with a basket full of people and all the LPG bottles on it, and it will defy gravity. This little envelope of warm air, maybe 50 foot across, will defy 4,000 miles of gravitational pull. We've all witnessed that. We've all seen hot air balloons defy gravity.
They don't defy gravity.
Oy, oy, oy.
Brian, how would you explain like DSVs, like deep sea vehicles that need to withstand the pressure
of
the deep sea? How would you explain DSVs, which are deep sea vehicles that would have to withstand the pressure of the deep sea, the water, the lower you go down in the sea, the more pressure there is.
How would I explain it? If I was to build one, I would make it cylindrical and maybe put
I'm not asking you how
in it.
How do you explain that these vehicles need to stop? No, how do you explain? Can I finish my question, please? How would you explain that these vehicles need to withstand the pressure of the sea, the deep sea, compared to something that maybe some submarine that travels like, I don't know, 10 meters below the surface of the sea?
I was just trying to explain it to you how I would make one.
I don't know. I don't care how you make them. How do you explain why they're designed that way?
Again, we're not looking at rocket science. Water is 700 times more dense than air. And when it's stacked up on top of each other,
yes, but the deeper, the deeper you go, the more pressure is involved. How do you explain that?
Because of its mass. Its mass is greater.
And gas also has mass.
No, all gases.
Yes.
This is where you're all wrong. Listen and learn now. Hold on. Listen and learn. All gases want to go upwards. We can prove this by releasing.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Shut up. Any gas in water, they will all want to go upwards, won't they?
In water. We don't live in water, thankfully.
What about heavy gases? What about heavy gases?
Is there any gas heavier than water?
Heavier than air.
That's not my question. Heavier than air gases.
Right. Let's start again. All dependent on the medium they're in. If any gas, and I mean any gas, is released underwater, it will travel upwards. Prove me wrong.
Because the weight of the water is pressuring it down, so the lighter gas is going up, yeah. Gravity for you.
All gases are lighter than water. Now,
wait, Brian,
gases are lighter than air.
So what? No, wait, what?
All gas is lighter than air?
Propane,
true, Brian.
propane and butane are both heavier than air.
He's
You can
losing himself
prove
now.
this by releasing your lighter into the palm of your hand, and you will get a pool of gas accumulate in the palm of your hand, and you can light it. Now, however, if you were to release hydrogen into the palm of your hand,
Brian.
because
How do
it's
you?
lighter than the medium it's in, i.e.
Okay,
air in
okay,
this case,
okay,
it will go upwards.
okay. How do you explain a gas like sulfur hexafluoride?
It's heavier than air.
Up sulfur hexafluoride.
Okay.
But is it heavier than water?
What's that got to
No,
do with the
you're
price
missing
of
my
gas?
point. You're missing
Then
my
it will
point.
go up in water, won't it?
And?
So if we change the medium
Holy
to
Jesus
water
Christ.
instead of air, you would find every gas would go upwards.
You need to find another hobby.
What you do not take into consideration is the density of the medium we live in.
Of course we do,
There
Brian.
are some gases that are lighter than air. There are some gases that are heavier than air.
And do you know
Breaking
that air
news.
is not actually a gas?
And what's
Brian, do you realize that? It's a mixture of gases. Do you realize that? Or do you understand that it's
I did
mostly
say air was a
nitrogen?
mixture of
20%
gases.
of
Yes.
it,
Brian,
or a little
let
bit
him finish.
more, is oxygen. It's a mixture of things, Brian.
It's
Air
a
is not a
mixture
gas.
of gases. Yes, I agree
Air
with
is just a
you.
term we use for a
But
mixture of gases.
let's talk about the overall density of air, not of each element of it.
Well, you're talking about the overall density. You've got
What
to
we
talk
are
about the
looking
density of
at
each
here
element of it, Brian.
is every
Do you
gas
have any idea what you're doing?
wants to go up if it's in a medium that is more dense than itself. Every
So why
gas.
aren't we breathing carbon
When
dioxide?
it reaches a medium that is less dense than itself, it will stop going up. So if you release LPG or butane underwater, it will go up until it gets to the top of the water surface, where the medium it is going to go into is more dense than it.
Why
Right.
are we not breathing carbon dioxide?
Sorry, less dense than it. Less dense than it. So it sits on top of the water. Now we see that right up in our atmosphere.
Why are we not breathing carbon dioxide?
It's lighter than air and goes upwards.
No, it's
It
heavier.
definitely is not.
Heavier, Brian.
What is it then?
And how? What takes the water
Look
up
it up.
there to the sky, Brian? If it's heavier than air,
What takes what?
the water up in the sky.
It
Wow.
You know,
doesn't go up
sometimes
as
you
water.
get rain.
You never
Someone
see-
put water there.
You never see water droplets going upwards, do you?
No, but I see
It
water.
converts to a gas
I see water.
or steam
Bri-
or water
Brian,
gas, which is, believe it or not, lighter than air.
Brian, I see
Then it goes
water
upwards.
coming
Then it
up
finds
in
its
the sky.
density level.
Brian, you ever gonna get to the end of the
He
point?
asked
Because
me
you,
a question.
Brian, hold on. Well, let me explain what's going on. You sounds like you giving an answer, but when he even try to clarify the question or actually ask you a new question, you then talk again and interrupting again and talk over him over and over and over, and he has been unable to finish one full sentence or question because you keep interrupting, Brian. Don't you realize what you're doing?
So, Brian, water gets up there high in the sky, right? Because we see them fall from the sky. They somehow got there. How did they get there if they're heavier than air?
Have you finished your question?
Yes.
It gets there because it converts from water to a gas. And the gas just happens to be lighter than the density of the medium that we are in.
Great.
It
So
will
if
keep
the water,
going up until it gets to a density that is less dense than itself, where it will stop, condense, and probably turn into what we call a cloud.
right. So if the water is lighter than the air, why am I sweating now? Because the humidity here is high.
Why are you sweating? I don't know, because you probably ain't moved out of that chair for about 4 years.
No, I'm
Can't
sweating
understand
because
why you would
it's
have a sweat.
humid. Because
What do you
it's
think a
humid.
cloud is made out of?
The air is full with water, and the water is lighter than the air. It should go up. I shouldn't be sweating.
Well, let's. You're only assuming that the droplets that you see are sweat. What if they're released as a gas?
Absolutely.
No,
There is water gas in the air. Why is it not going up? Why is it stay here where I am?
it's lighter than the medium it's in. Easy?
Yes. Why is it staying down if it's lighter? It should go up and I should be in dry air.
What's going down? Your sweat droplet?
No. I'm sweating because the air, the sweat from my body cannot evaporate. The water is soaked with air.
Right.
It can't get it with water. It can't accept more water, so the sweat remain on my skin, doesn't dry.
What are you
Why
saying?
is it?
I don't understand what you're saying.
You said gas, water gas is lighter than air. It goes up to the sky. So if water gas is lighter than air, it should never be humid because all the water vapor will go up. It will never stay down where I am.
What if there's just more and more water vapor produced?
I don't care. It should go above the
sun
air.
going across the oceans, or you keep sweating buckets.
It should keep going up above
or
the
I keep
air.
sweating buckets. We're all producing water vapor, water gas.
Yes, and it should
Everything
go up
is.
to the sky above me.
Do you sweat gas? Chai, do you sweat gas?
No, I sweat.
This is so
sweat,
simple.
and the sweat evaporates. Right?
Are clouds gas, Brian? Are clouds gas?
They are.
No.
No, I would say they've turned to more of a vapor then than a gas.
Is vapor a gas? That's a new question.
I would say not.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but
I don't know what the correct answer is. I just wanted to know your answer.
yeah.
Vapor evaporate comes from vapor, so there's kind of your answer.
You have to look at your world differently to what you've been taught. It's very painful, I know. I went through it 5-6 years ago. You have
Me
to
too.
look at it differently.
Me too. And then I had to come back to reality, to Earth being a sphere and rotating, because it's the only one that makes sense.
I believe we get to a point in our atmosphere where there is nothing left. We've gone through the hydrogen layer, and if there is a gas lighter than that, it's above it. If not, that's as far as you can go. Because I don't think there's anything then to propel yourself with. And I think this is what they found out in the 40s, 50s, maybe even the 60s. They realised that we are stuck on here because we can't propel ourselves off here.
Changing topics again.
That's why
Wow.
they bring their own gas with them.
All of our thrust is worked by pushing against an atmosphere of some description.
No, it isn't.
No, it is.
Yes, it is.
And engines.
That's the only way propulsion works.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
No.
So,
Yes, it
would you
is.
like to disagree with the second law of motion? The third law.
There is no weight or mass in a weightless environment. You can see that on the ISS because things fucking float because they've got no mass.
You really ought to write a book, Brian.
Please do.
You ought to collect a couple of Nobel degrees, Nobel prizes
Well,
at least.
it's changing. We've all got to start thinking differently, and it's going to be painful, especially for you that have got a lot invested in this.
Don't have
By
anything
thinking
invested
differently,
in
you
it,
mean
Brian.
Any
thinking.
and every real pilot knows they don't fly over a curve.
I'm a real pilot, and I know I do.
I'm not a
Never
pilot, and I
I
know
can
I
prove,
do.
their
I can
flight
prove you wrong all by
or
myself.
going over a curve. None of them. They all know that. Some pilots are admitting it. Some aren't. Some
No,
are
they're
still
not.
living in this fantasy.
I'm not saying one
Every
single
pilot
legitimate
knows
pilot say
not
that,
fly
Brian.
over a curve. It's physically impossible. We cannot
Denial
fly
isn't
across a
debunking.
surface
Seriously.
that is rotating at double the speed our fastest airliners fly at. Impossible. And that's only one speed. Earth's doing 4 different rotations at magnitudes faster.
Oh no.
Let's go to the first point
Much
before
more than
Brian.
that.
Magnitudes faster
Hold on,
than that.
Brian. Hold on, Blue. Brian, we
What?
move to a different point. You already say your first point in 7 different ways. Let's address that point, and then you can go to the next point.
We heard the same thing 5 days ago, Brian.
And you'll hear it again until you get it in your head.
Thick skulls. We got thick skulls, Brian.
They've indoctrinated you with this nonsense over what, 40, 50 years?
Brian,
Now
how many
get it out
times?
of your head.
How many times will you have to tell me because I have a thick skull? So do the math.
You know the truth. You've been here. You don't go backwards, Jose. Only with a big pocket full of cash. I know.
Brian,
What?
Brian, you saw that image I posted before, the Thanks Bev image?
The what?
The Thanks Bev image. I tagged you.
What, in the chat? I've got Jose's stream. Hold on.
What did you post?
The Thanks Bev image. You showed it before, Jose.
I just posted rockets in a vacuum chamber, so it
Yeah,
works.
they don't work. That's the biggest load of bollocks.
The link is right there, Brian. Just
I don't
watch
care.
it.
They do not work.
He's not gonna.
Denial
Test it
isn't
yourself.
debunking.
Yeah, I'm not gonna post. That's a long video. I don't know.
Yeah, but
how
for
long?
Brian.
1 minute. Okay.
That's
Where's
for
the
Brian.
thanks? I can't see anything that says thanks.
Brian, my question.
Yeah, I'm
my
not gonna
question
share that,
is.
Brian.
My question is, when I asked Bev, why is the tower below his eye level? Why he doesn't answer? Why does he tell me that it was someone else that set the auto level? Why does he tell me they went there because they want to encourage Renty to go there? Why does he tell me this story and not answer the simple question?
I'll tell
Why
you.
is the tower below his eye level? He never answered this question. Why do you think it is?
It's an optical effect. Like we've
Why didn't he say it's an optical effect then?
I don't know. You can ask him. I can't answer.
I'm asking you. When I asked Bev and he never answered, why do you think is it? It's your stupid answer. It's an optical effect. But Bev doesn't give this answer. Because if it's optical effect, everything it does with his instrument is an optical effect.
They are. Over that distance, you will not get. This is why all measuring devices are limited to a certain range.
Well,
and the range is like 300 meters or 300 feet even.
No. Show me in once where it says this device is limited to 300 meters.
Just look in the manuals. It tells you.
In the manual, yes.
Yeah, if you read the manual, you know what it says.
It will say.
It tells you.
It's accuracy. This device is not covered if used over a certain distance. It's not saying you can't do it. It's just saying
manuals talk about the sphericity of the Earth. Manuals talk about the sphericity of the Earth, Brian.
Exactly.
Manuals talk about that.
Why do you fight it? Why are you putting up this?
Why do you fight it, Brian? Why do you have to cherry pick what is saying one side, but you have to ignore that the manuals also talk about the sphericity of the Earth? Why do you have to ignore that? Why do you have to fight it, Brian? Get it to your thick fucking skull. Earth is not fucking it's not the way you work.
Ruhif emailed them all and said, you forgot to put the Earth is a round ball in it. So they all changed their text and put the Earth's curvature. It's nonsense. You cannot form a straight line over a curved surface.
You keep preaching that. Doesn't make it correct because you keep repeating the same thing, Brian. Doesn't make it right.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, to you have convinced yourself, you have brainwashed yourself, but I don't think you're going to brainwash any of us. We just look at reality. and we
You've
accept the
been
reality
there.
for what it is. You want
You've
something new,
seen the
something
thing.
different, you got to keep repeating it yourself and feeding the same garbage. Get it to
You've
your thick
seen
skull,
the truth.
Brian.
You need to get out of this. It's nonsense. And the more I hear, the more bloody convinced I am this is complete and utter nonsense. It is.
Get a new
They've
hobby.
filled our head with absolute nonsense.
How did you
It's
let
Br-
yourself get in this condition, Brian? That's
Brian's
just
just
amazing.
playing.
How
Brian's
did
just
you let
playing.
yourself get in this condition when you know as a
How did
pilot
you
you
do
do not
that?
fly over a curved surface?
I know damn good and well I do fly over
No,
curved
you
surfaces,
do
Brian.
not. You have never ever
Absolutely do.
adjusted your plane to
I
fly
know
around
damn
a
good and
curved
well
surface.
that if I disable the
No,
pendulous
you
vanes and that
ask
attitude
yourself
indicator,
that
that damn
question.
thing's going to
How
roll
have
backwards
they
on me. I know
convinced
that.
you live on a fucking curved surface when you have never, ever, ever flown over a curved surface?
I have never, ever, ever flown
And
over a
this is
flat
why
surface,
my
Brian.
partner, who
Good God
flies
Almighty.
the Cessna, had to become a flat earther because he realised he flew from the tip of Scotland down to Land's End and never once had to adjust for the 66,000 feet of curvature. It's impossible. He only flies at
What are you talking
4,000,
about?
5,000 feet.
Did his
Yet he
density
would have
altitude
to
change
adjust
along the way?
for 66,000 feet of curvature.
Did his density altitude change along the way, Brian?
Fucking ridiculous.
I
What
know
they've
you. I know you fly toy airplanes. I fly real ones. Density altitude
flown a
didn't change.
Cessna. I flew
Density
to
altitude didn't change. Therefore, the trim didn't change. Therefore, you don't
It's
have
the
to make any
most
adjustments.
boring
Come
fucking
on,
thing
man.
I've ever done, other than the landing and the
Good
taking off.
Lord.
Other than that,
Go get in a real airplane for a
Lord.
change and
So
get up
yes,
and get
I
an
have
instructor
flown
to
a
show you how this
full-flight
works,
airplane.
Brian. It's really simple.
You
I
do
can show
not
it to you
fly
in
over
5
a curved
minutes.
surface. You know
Yes, I
that.
do.
I know that. You can lie to yourself all you want, but I'm here to
You're
give
the one doing
you
the lying
a
here,
taste
my
of
friend.
reality.
Not
You
me.
have never, ever, ever
I've
adjusted your
never, ever,
wings
ever flown
or
over a flat
altitude
surface, Brian.
for a curved surface.
Always
Ever.
a curve. Always.
Never.
How do you know it's flat, Brian?
And nor has any other pilot. And they realise this.
No, they don't, Brian.
Yes, they do. Because even just flying the whole length of the UK is over 1,000 miles. That should be 66,000 feet of drop. And there isn't any.
Pronon, hot mic.
Who?
Pronon. Pronon, hot mic.
I can't hear him. Probably because I was rattling.
Probably.
Yes. Brian, Bonneville Salt Flats. The Bonneville Salt Flats.
What time? Oh, it's 8 o'clock. I'll go get to bed.
The Bonneville Salt Flats. What do you
Make
think?
it quick then.
I'm just telling you. Do you know? Have you seen the Bonneville Salt Flats? Is the image that I just posted. What
I
do you
haven't
think?
seen them personally, no.
No, but I just posted the photograph. What do you think, man? It looks slightly.
It looks curved, yeah.
Yeah, it
And
does,
it will look curved, like I said. Everything is altered. But it's not called the Bonneville Salt Flats for nothing. Is it?
Just curious, Brian. How do you know it's flat?
They flood it when it rains. The whole thing is flooded with 1 inch of water.
How do you know the Earth is flat?
He presupposes it.
Because they know water forms a level surface. It's so easy. It's not rocket science. And you've got to wake up to this. And I'm here to help. We're all Jim's here to help.
Water
We're all
naturally.
here to help you through it. We've been through it on our own, and it was very
Very
painful.
defensive for being here to help.
And you will get it into your heads. And we
Ryan,
will.
Water naturally wants to form a sphere.
No, it doesn't.
Of course it does.
In a micro state. To try and get a bucket to form a sphere, then show me a bucket.
I seen that.
Throw a bucket of water up in the air.
Not on the Earth, but
here.
I seen that on the ISS. Yeah, on Earth it's under the effects of gravity. We are on the effects of Earth, so it's not going to work out here. But in the over there in the ISS, it does. Yeah, it always want to form a sphere.
Unfortunately, we don't live on the ISS.
No, but we live in space. We are in space. We are a big, massive planet. This is a big, massive planet on
It's not a
space.
fucking planet. You don't
This
live
is
on
Brian.
a ludicrous
Brian,
thing.
let me say my piece. This is a big planet on space, so it's gonna want to conform to a sphere. ISS is a small thing in space, and any amount of water is gonna form into a sphere.
That's funny because in the Chinese ISS, they had a glass full that had got a flat.
Exactly. That's where I got it from. That is the one of the most beautiful demonstrations that water want to form into a sphere. When that one container glass cup with that has water in it in that disk, right? In the Chinese ISS, right? If you keep watching that video, they pull that glass of water which is sticking with some kind of a tape or something, right? They untape it and then then the water start acting funny, right? And then they have a little frame, like a magnifying glass frame, and then they start adding water, and you know what it does? It conforms it to a sphere. It's beautiful, but you didn't get that far. You just wanted to see the cup sitting on the table. You didn't even want to know how that cup is sitting on the table. You presuppose it was just sitting in there, but it was taped. You know that, right?
Yeah. But look at the surface of the water. It's flat.
It's not. Look when they put the look, Brian. Look when they put. Brian, don't stop yelling, Brian. Listen, you gotta listen to. Look when they put that ball inside. Do you see the ping pong ball when they put it? Do you see the shape of the water in the top? It's not flat.
The water is flat on the top.
It's not. Brian, this is
spin the glass round.
Brian, this is flat. I'm gonna show the audience. Brian, say this is flat water. There you go. Truth Nurse for 199 euro super chat. Poor nurse who had to change Brian's diapers. Boom! Shout to
the real question is, how come that ping pong ball didn't float back up to the top? Answer that question, man.
How was it floating on the top to start?
That's on Earth. That was on Earth.
Happened on Earth.
The left-hand side happened on Earth, and the right-hand side is what happened in the ISS in real time. They were doing it, sharing screens, both sides, both ways. That is all in the same video that you wanted to show. That one clip of the cup sitting on the table is all in that same video.
What was on Earth?
The left-hand side, kids talking. There were kids in a school talking to the ISS in space. The left-hand side in this image, when they show this left-hand side, this is kids on Earth doing this, is putting a ping pong ball in a cup of water. This is what happens. When it happens in the ISS, this is what happens in the right-hand side and in the big screen. This is what happens in the ISS.
Hey, look at that big honking dome at the top of the water.
Brian says flat. Yeah, Brian says this water is flat. Yeah.
Where's the rest of the video? Because they spin the glass round.
There's the full video. The full video is online. We already broke it down here. You were not here, Brian. You can look it up yourself.
Not only it's flat, it's also level.
Propel yourself in a vacuum. It's physically impossible.
They're not in a vacuum. They're not inside the ISS, Brian. They are breathing air. The people in the ISS are breathing. The people in the ISS are breathing, Brian. If you listen, the people are breathing. They are not in a vacuum. They are inside the ISS. Okay.
They're inside. Well, it's Chinese.
For fuck's sake. They are inside of a station. Yeah, they are not in the outer space, not unable to breathe, Brian. They are breathing.
Because they're not in spacesuits. They're inside the
vacuum, Brian.
They're inside the Chinese fucking space station. The entire video's online, but you morons just cherry picked 1 second of it and go, how's the glass staying on the table? And you don't bother to carry on watching the rest of it, or she very carefully unpeels it from the table because it's held down with fucking sticky tape, and the water's held in by surface friction, surface tension. Yeah. But if you watch the whole video, you can see that. But no, you've got to go. How's the glass staying on the table?
Next time, I know. Hold on. I know you have misspoke and spoke quickly and didn't think nobody catch it, Brian. But next time when you see the ISS videos, don't say that they should be in a vacuum, because on a vacuum there's no air, so people cannot breathe on a vacuum. Right? Maybe you want to rephrase that.
And there's another video where they show her filling the glass, and she has to be very, very careful when she's filling it.
Yeah, because otherwise it'll just go everywhere. I love it. Well, have a look online, Brian. Do your research. You know.
We are a little late. I'm about to wrap it. It's already 3 hours for me. Well, I will look at it again another day, because I already look at this. We spent like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, talking about the video. We broke it down. I got a copyright claim because of that video, because I play a lot of that video. So I'll take the chance and I'll do it again. Don't worry about it, but not today because I'm about to get out of here.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go. Thanks
Give me
for
a final
everybody.
thoughts, yeah.
It's been a good show. Just keep your minds open. Earth ain't a spinning ball that's doing 4 different movements at once. It's ridiculous. There's no measurement of curvature. There's no measurement of any of the 4 rotations. We do not live on what we've all been programmed with. Thank you for using your platform, Jose. And we will be taking more advantage of people's platforms, let's call it, and getting the truth out to people. Thank you.
Glad to provide my Discord as a platform to expose the dishonesty and the lies. Thank you so much, Brad.
Of Flat Earth, yeah.
Blue Marble Science, final thoughts.
No, thanks, Jose. Despite Brian's denial, there are no pilots for real that think the Earth is flat. That's just ridiculous. And everybody have a good day. See you later.
Thank you very much. Before I continue this, because people start to leave, before you guys leave, remember, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, that the bell notification icon is on for any time that we want to go live. Check on the links on the description box on how to join Discord and support. There's a PayPal link on there. And leave a comment in the comment section when the show is up on YouTube and let us know your thoughts. Thank you very much, everybody, for your super chat and your support on PayPal. We're going to do some final thoughts over here in Discord and get out of here. Chaik, final thoughts.
Yeah, very good show. Always a good show when we have Brian here. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Discord user, you got your mic all set? Not today. Keep in mind, Discord users say, keep in mind that Brian Mavitt has a deceptively edited on his channel and expects us to trust him. Great show. And a deceptively edited video. Thank you, Discord user. Earth is alive. Final thought.
Hey, what's up, Jose? Awesome show. Thanks to Brian for coming in and bringing the derp. Also, thanks to the other gentleman who joined, who I've heard frequently over in, I think he hangs out over in Geos, or he hangs out on Gems too. So it's always good to get new people over here. But again, the Earth is easily shown to be not flat, just doing simple observations. Thanks, Jose.
Thank you very much. Earth is alive. Farmer's Boy, final thought.
It's too hot for this bollocks. It really is. So I'm going to head out in the car and enjoy my air conditioning. Thank you very much, Jose. Some of it was enjoyable.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Fred the Magnificent, you got final thoughts? Usually don't. Gary Waibenga, what do you have? You want to wrap it up?
Yeah. We know Blue Marble on this very show has said flying over the Earth is like flying over a flat, motionless Earth before. We've heard him on this show say that. We know he can't show any adjustment for Coriolis effect, even though he claims it's there, but according to him, it's too small to measure. Well, if it's too small to measure, then it doesn't exist. And as for B-Ball, with his little horizon, his runways that he's now drawn more proper because he cut them off that horizon like they should be, because that's what we see. And the other day he argued against me on that because I kept telling him they don't actually meet. You can always see a gap between them. And he just proved I was right. Thank you. You actually took my side, it seems like. You changed your mind, obviously.
Gary, thank you, and we got to get into it, man. Today I was unable to finish watching your actual video and the response also. We got to get into it, but we need to get you in the discussion. So in the next few days, hopefully you can make J-Mac, final thoughts?
The show, Jose. In 7 years of Flat Earth, every one of these Flat Earth guys could have gotten a master's in physics, and we wouldn't have this problem. But what are you going to do? Anyway, thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Kyle Wilson in the house. For those who are watching this now, earlier in the show, in the beginning, we played a video from Kyle Wilson's channel. Check on the chat box in the live replay, and a link should be there. Kyle, final thought. If you got a microphone.
Sorry, I was muted.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot. Just thanks for having me on. And if Brian is still listening, 15 degrees per hour drift.
Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, Bob. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Fitisis, Lemon Bird, you came in for the final thoughts. Go ahead. A message for the audience. It doesn't matter if you listen to the show or not. Fitisis, final thoughts. Go ahead. All right, let's go with Pronon 1990.
Good show as always. That's all I can say. But Brian, yeah, he's lost his mind. That's all I can say.
Thank you, thank you. Snesley Wipes, final thoughts.
Yeah, it's all bullshit. That's all they bring. That's all bullshit. Sorry. That's all I can say.
Thank you, brother. Short and sweet, to the point. And Tommy Grumbold, final thought.
Hey, I came in late here. I just heard when Brian said something about points of reference with that ship in the air and totally missing everything we said to him about 4 or 5 days ago. Still repeating, still denying. Denying isn't debunking. So, yeah. Again, he's just stuck in a track. I think it's impossible to get him off. So why even bother? Oh, and Gary, go make a drawing.
Boom. Lemon Bird, are you there for final
Get a job.
Sean Smith, $2 super chat right in the tail end of the show. Thanks for the laughs today, Jose. Boom. Shout out to Sean Smith. Lemon Bird, there you go. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. I was just so sorry I came so late to the party. It's flat and a horizon forms because vanishing points form in the foreground, left to right making a nice little horizon line, behind which anything taller in the background just has to set bottom first. That's it. Not a hump of earth curvature in the way, just a bunch of perspective and flatness.
Thank you very much, Lemon. And a message for the fellas globe skeptics and questioning the reality and the opposite view. My fellas, call your friends and tell them that this is the place where we can come in and talk to each other and have a little bit of fun, and somehow it's gonna be fair and biased somehow, because you guys know that I do moderate fairly and I give the same opportunity to everybody to speak their piece. So let your family know that this is the place to go when the show is live.
Definitely.
Thank you very much, everybody. Jose JG out. Boom.